Akwala Jimo no Ramadan, Aruda Maropeja, Maria Babika Yaramadan, Lafu President, Akwala, Aku Ramadan, Aruda Maropeja, Maria Babika Yaramadan, Dugbenu Lo Magbebi Asiko Amatan, Oluwadakun Jogbebe, benefit mo fẹ́ jẹ mi ò fẹ́ jẹ̀bi, ẹni tó wà nǹkan àwẹ̀ kó má rí mi ní kọ́nà, bíbẹ̀ kọ́ agbalamba bí Olúwa bọ́nà, Báríkà ya Rasulullah, mákìmí, pàdé lọ kí Jùmọ̀. Bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tákùlà, láìlà ìlàlà. Báríkà ya Rasulullah, mákìmí, lọ́kì Jùmọ̀. Bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tákùlà, láìlà ìlàlà. Àwẹ̀ tán ojú tajọ̀sán, Ọlọ́run ló mọye ládá 30 bag. Nothing should tamper with my ego, èmi mo lẹ̀sìn mi sẹ́ mo lè fi brag. Ẹgbẹ́ Ọlọ́run tóbi, Allahu Akbar. Ẹyọ̀ ń bá nábì, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Olúwa ló ń ṣọ́ wa, àwa ò ní ìdí ajá. Tí Fọlárin bá mú bí ìtàyà bí ti ajá. Torí ìdí gan lébè wọ́n fẹ́yìn bí ìjì àwa. Fùrọ̀ tí ò bá ti tóbi tó fùrọ̀ ìfánà, kò lè fíríkì àwa, kò dẹ̀ lè fíìtì àwa. Tinúkẹ́ ń dópin tí ó ń gbé màlúmi tìwotìwo ló dìndín. Irú àyẹn níbo ló ti rí, ta ló tún fẹ́ fi jọ òbí tó bí ni. Wọ́n ló ń dó yàtì, bó ń dó ṣéke, bó ṣe ń jó disco ló ń jó rékè. Fún wa nọ́mbà jẹ́ ká patronize ẹ̀, sọ̀rọ̀ owó ká mọ price, jẹ́ ká ṣe lọ́wọ́ déédé, ìwọ náà mọ̀ mi ò kéré. Mo mọ̀ pé mi ò hólì ìbọn ọmọ wòlíì ni mi béèrè lọ́wọ́ délé. Tẹ́ bá ti rí Tinúkẹ́, ẹ sọ fún pé mo dúpẹ́. Gbogbo kìsìn gbogbo missionary gbogbo. Tẹ́ bá ti rí Tinúkẹ́, ẹ sọ fún pé mo dúpẹ́. Gbogbo kìsìn gbogbo missionary gbogbo délé. Tẹ́ bá ti rí Tinúkẹ́, ẹ sọ fún pé mo dúpẹ́. Gbogbo kìsìn gbogbo missionary gbogbo. Tẹ́ bá ti rí Tinúkẹ́, ẹ sọ fún pé mo dúpẹ́. Gbogbo kìsìn gbogbo. Ọmọ ìgbà wo ló jáná? Gbogbo scope mi ló ti ká tán. Ọmọge wá ná, I go chop before I chop you, ṣe lè dáná. Ó mọ̀ pé mo kó ẹ jẹ bíi ti sushi.
Samu kuɗin ka kawai ka kashe.
Ku faɗi, kowa ya faɗi, ku faɗi, ni ma na faɗi. Maganar malam za'o da ake, shai a Kano ya tsaye. Opportunity, Malam Bola.
Well, here's a video of Bola Ahmed Tinubu muttering those unintelligible words which have since gone viral. Let's take a look.
You see the innovation. If we lend ourselves to innovation, we can create wonders. Yeah, it's a successful again, a town hall, different from Blue, Bulaba.
Rufa.
And there it is right there. Agbado, ewa, rice and beans. You know, I've never really understood that combination rice. No, not rice and beans, but rice and corn. I've never really understood that combination. Agbado, ewa. You know, those are distinctly nutritious meals that should be half separately. I never combine agbado and ewa unless you're from the interiors, of course, and food is a problem for you. If your taste buds have the delicate refinement of a civilized human being, then I see no reason then why you should be combining agbado with ewa. So there it is right there, agbado ewa. So agbado ewa and all that continuity, Tinubu continuity. So all that. So this is going to be a snapshot little video just to document then the latest outing then by Rotimi Amaechi appearing on Rice TV, interacting with Charles and Agoli. So that's what we're going to be reacting to now. And we are reacting to it only because Rotimi Amaechi is increasingly out within the political space to speak to matters Nigerian politics and especially to the presidency. So that's all of the indication then that is presenting himself to be in play for 2027. So if Rotimi Amaechi presents himself to be in play for 2027, then we shall examine then his interactions with the media space to see then what he has to offer. So before we kick it off, the protocol, click on the like button, just at my invitation to do so. Click on the like button. If you're not already subscribed, please do that. Subscribe. We need 10 subscribers in the course of this session. So if you're listening, watch back as well, please subscribe as well. We need 10 new subscribers. So like and subscribe. Super chat towards the stream. We always ask for that. Not a lot of you respond, but super chat towards the stream. If you want to come and join me on the screen, there's a hyperlink that says StreamYard. You can come, you cannot come. I'm happy just to do it as a reaction video and leave it there. But if you do want to come there, you can come. and share the links just as widely as you can. So that's all that. So let's just get straight into it, and then we kick it off then with Rotimi Amaechi'S latest outing within the media space, telling us all matters, everything that is wrong with the Tinubu administration. So let's kick it off from here.
Now, you could say that the critical role Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi played in opposition politics between 2013 and 2015 ultimately paved the way for the dominance of the APC in Nigerian politics today, a shock defeat from which the PDP has arguably never recovered. In that regard, no one can deny that as Mr. Amaechi turned 60 last month, amid much fanfare, his position in Nigerian political history as a vote winner remains indisputable. And yet today, in a country where politics can be a blood sport, he's on opposite sides. After serving as Minister of Transport under the ruling party for nearly 8 years, he seems to be turning away from the APC and casting an eye towards opposition politics. His supporters say that as a fearless opponent, he calls a spade, not a spoon. And if you call a spade in the tough, ultra-demanding world of Nigerian politics, then prepare for political warfare. But they say Rotimi Amaechi has enough reserves of resilience and determination to fight back. And as he marks his 60th birthday, is quite happy to live in the teeth of the battle, though he's made it clear that he'll neither work for the APC nor for the PDP. And that, in fact, he doesn't want to talk publicly about politics, though what happens behind closed doors is another matter.
Monday CRM has the best AI features in the game.
Especially in sales.
Hands down.
So for me, email composition works like magic. You know me, I'm not a great writer, but AI helps me keep it super professional, super engaging, no more embarrassing typos.
Exactly. I personally love the Zoom AI summary. Takes any meeting and spits out a summary. I'm in back-to-back calls every day, so I use it nonstop and it saves me so much time.
Oh, having summaries is crucial. You know, I also love the timeline summary. It sums up the latest activities for any contact so I can get the gist without like digging through a pile of emails and notes, you know, huge time saver.
Okay, so how about Monday CRM sentiment analysis? Have you tried that?
No, what is that?
So AI reads all the latest messages.
And the former Minister of Transport and former two-term Governor of Rivers State, Chibuike Rotimi Amaechi, joins me now in the studio. Thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you, Charles.
I like that big sigh coming from you.
Yes.
I mean, you've just turned 60. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Much of that time has been consumed by your involvement in Nigerian politics. With age and experience, does it get easier?
Let's lay the ground rules. I accepted to participate in this interview because we said we will not discuss politics. There are only three political issues I will clear right away before we proceed to social issues. The first one is that nobody made me governor. God, Dr. Peter Odili, and the Nigerian judiciary. Nobody. And as journalists, nobody has ever asked that man that says he made governor, how did you make this man governor?
Right.
Nobody has ever asked that question. Two,
so how did you become governor?
I don't know. I went to court. Lateef Fagbemi is my lawyer. He's not the Attorney General, so you should ask. So that's one thing that needs to be made very, very clear. Two, it is not true that I'll call them.
So I don't want that little snippet to pass us by. The person that actually made Rotimi up, this is by his own confession. So I'll scroll it back just about a minute for you to hear it again. The person that made Rotimi up, this is by his own admission. The person that made Rotimi Amaechi governor is the person now that Tinubu appoints as the Attorney General. But then, of course, Rotimi Amaechi now then tells us from top to bottom, Tinubu's administration are filled with criminals. So the person that made him governor is the now Attorney General of the Federation, Lateef Fagbemi.
Ask that question. Two,
So how did you become governor?
I don't know. I went to court. Latif Pabemi is my lawyer. He's not the Attorney General, so you should ask. So that's one thing that needs to be made very, very clear. Two, it is not true that I'll call him Mohammed Bello Adoke flew all the way from Abuja to Port Harcourt. That Wike asked me to make him Commissioner for Finance, and I said no. He has to work under me. I want him as Chief of Staff so I can supervise him. I didn't offer him Commissioner for Finance. You see, I'm saying this because I don't want to join issues with children.
Sure.
I don't want to join issues with children. Now we're finished with political, but can it go to social quiz?
Yeah, but you know the questions lead to other questions.
No, I told you we will discuss.
Because when you say you wanted him to watch over him, what does that mean?
Governor supervising his staff.
Because you felt he was a bit of a sort of renegade.
No, I don't want to discuss that. I don't want to discuss politics. I've told you here that it's governor supervising. I will respect that. Governor supervising his staff.
And we appreciate the fact that you took the time.
You know, he made himself chief of staff. He made himself governor. He made himself minister. He made himself local government chairman. So end it there. Don't go further. Discuss my sister's birthday. Let's move forward.
Okay. Let's move forward. But as I said, these things might be touched on peripherally. Do you have satisfaction at what you've achieved at the age of 60? Do you think that you've become a man of substance?
You know, every time I speak, I seem to want to first thank God, then I thank Dr. Peter Dili for the role he played in my life, him and his wife, and I continue to say to people and to my wife and my children that I will never go against them, no matter what they do to me. Have they done a lot to me? They have done so many things that you will want to scream. But then you have to hold back yourself and say to yourself, God used this man.
When you say they, you mean including Dr. Odili?
Dr. Odili and his wife. I'm not the...
Right, and his wife.
If they had said no, if he wasn't there, God used him. So you must respect God by respecting them. So now when you look at your achievement and you have said this, then the rest will be hard work. And again, you see, I want to say this again, it's political. The current chairman of INEC, if he was a chairman of INEC in 2015, would not have won.
That's an important point.
May God bless Jega.
It's a very interesting point.
Because the ground rules were clear. The current chairman of INEC can only be compared to you.
So if you want to make a remote income from home, and you're a beginner, meaning right now you have a 9-to-5 job or you're...
Honestly.
But obviously...
Have you seen a man who, when we were to register APC, Jegak opened the door and once to comply with the registration requirement, he got APC registered. The current man, if like comply with all this, he will not register you. Already INEC is biased, working. But again, don't take me to politics. Can we?
So we cannot let that pass without correcting it a little bit or pausing to just interrogate it. So he's saying that God bless Jega, that the current APC, the current not APC, but the current INEC chairman would not let any new political party be registered. So now you then hold that thought, and when did Showore register his party, under which rulership of the INEC the Showore register his party? It was exactly under this guy that Showore registered. That's Mahmoud Yakubu. It was exactly under Mahmoud Yakubu that Showore registered his political party, and a whole slew of new political parties were registered. So if Showore can register a political party, I don't then see what prevents Rotimi Amaechi and Atiku from registering one. So it's a pathological liar, Rotimi Amaechi, as I think you all know anyway.
We please discuss.
Right. But I mean, as I said, when you raise certain points, they lead to, other questions.
You know what I told you people? That if you go political, I will do like our former president. I remove the microphone.
Okay. Well, we don't want you to remove the microphone. Okay, but you must be proud that you've accomplished so much in your life. So
why exactly does Rotimi Amaechi think he was invited there? Nobody is interested in his petty little lies of stealing and homosexuality. Nobody is interested in all of that. The only interest that Rotimi Amaechi holds to the public is what his political stance is. That's just it. And it's not as though it's an impactful political stance. It's just to document how he stands politically. So if he doesn't want to answer questions on politics, then he can just get out of that studio, because there's zero interest in his life as an individual.
Certainly more than most people.
Well, it's not because I'm the best. I had the opportunity, I utilized the opportunity. So when the opportunity came for me to be the Speaker of the Parliament, and I spoke, he felt I was.
So there it is right there. The opportunity was there. I utilized the opportunity. That's what Rotimi Amaechi said. So how is that different from snatch it, grab it, and run away with it? So that's what he said. The opportunity was there. I utilized the opportunity. How is that different from grab it, snatch it, grab it, and run away with it? So that's what he said.
Best. I had the opportunity, I utilized the opportunity. So when the opportunity came for me to be the Speaker of the Parliament, and I spoke, he felt it was important I became the Speaker. Okay, I utilized the opportunity and I became the Speaker. The problem is not when you get the opportunity. The problem is what do you do with the opportunity? And God knows that I was one of the best speakers that this country had produced at that material time. I don't know what's happening now. Maybe there are better speakers than I was. But at that time, nobody would deny me the fact that I performed my duty as Speaker, that I was elected to become the chairman of the Speakers Forum. Since I left as chairman of Speakers Forum, I wonder if that Speakers Forum is still in existence. Okay, so again, I became governor. By the grace of God, by the grace of Dr. Peter Litu and the people of Nigeria, Rivers State, and the judiciary, because it was at the end of the day, the judiciary pronounced me governor. Now, when I was then sworn to the office of the governor, you will ask the question, did you perform? Of course I did.
Well, you would say you performed, wouldn't you? I mean, you're not going to say you didn't perform. I mean, nobody would say
I'm prepared to ask you to open your phone and call people from River State. 12 people are building flyovers here and making noise. I built 5, 6 flyovers, 6. I built, they are there. And I didn't make noise. I didn't call governor, president.
Sorry, why are flyovers measures of success for all these state governors, by the way? Every state, even in places like Gombe, where they don't even have human beings living there, they are building flyovers. So why are flyovers measures of success? Because you'd have thought that they will identify the economic hub of whichever individual state and look to link that economic hub in the interior to the capital of the state, because that is the trajectory to the national space and then internationally. So let's say, for instance, you have fertile land that grows yam, corn, maize, whatever, and then you then create a link from that fertile land to the capital where the infrastructures are to then make that product national. So the measure of the measure of success for a state governor is not building flyovers in the capital city, is penetrating into the interlands to bring the economy of the interland into the capital city, and then from the capital city to the national stage, and from the national stage internationally. So that is the trajectory of production and economic growth, not building flyovers all over. This guy is the most ludicrous human being ever born.
Phone and call people from River State. 12 people are building flyovers here and making noise. I built 5, 6 flyovers, 6. I built, they are there. And I didn't make noise. I didn't call president to come and commission. I didn't make noise. I built primary schools. Let any other governor who has built primary schools come forward in River State. I built secondary schools.
I built primary schools. I built secondary schools. Those are digs, Peter Obi, by the way, who did nothing to improve the educational infrastructures of Anambra State, but he still goes around telling us that he's the best man for reasons of being Igbo.
That people were calling universities, two children per room, two children per room in those schools. And I got an agency in India to come and manage those schools. So they brought science teachers from India and arts teachers from
Did you know that there was a relatively unknown way to profit from artificial intelligence without needing to come from a technical background? But I'm not talking about
Nigeria.
And what's happened to them now?
Abandoned, vandalized.
That must break your heart.
No, that's why I don't go to River State, because it gives you mental disorder. Now, within that period.
And by the way, are you guys sharing the links to these streams, by the way? You should be sharing the links to the streams, because we're not seeing the figures go up as they should if you are sharing the links. So please copy the links and share them in your WhatsApp groups. All of the WhatsApp individual listening now or listening in watchback, share the links. You know, we will have to have growth if we are going to have impact in 2027.
We tried to build a new city. We had finished with 24-hour power supply. It was abandoned and vandalized. So I'm not one that, you see, don't give me an assignment, I will deliver. Okay, let's go to.
You had it here first, ladies and gentlemen. They had 24-hour power supply, electricity, under Rotimi Amaechi'S administration of River State. So there it is right there. The guy, as I said, pathological, is a truth-averse sort of a person. Is incapable. It's just his body recoils. His body breaks out in pause. You know, anytime he attempts to speak the truth, his anatomy rejects truth. It's a pathological liar.
Ministerial appointment. I began and completed the railway from Lagos to Ibadan. I began and completed the Lekki Deep Sea Port. Completed from beginning. And got it completed by the time I left office. Go to Kano, that's an inland dry port in Kano that I completed. And I told the owner of the inland dry port, you must build the primary and secondary school.
He told the owner of the inland dry port. So who is that owner? Is it the state government or some private individual? And if it is a private individual, then why is he using government resources to build for a private individual? But then, of course, the public face of corruption, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever wondered what corruption in Nigeria looks like, just look at the image on your screen right there. That is the archetype of corruption.
Here, to enable these children that run after us when we come, go to school free of charge, and he did that. I commenced the construction of Kano Kaduna. I completed Kaduna to Abuja, which was started by President Goodluck Jonathan. I started the Kano Maradi Railway, and it's going on. So don't give me an assignment because I will discharge it responsibly. I won't go about abusing people, talking. Maturity. Let me tell you what my second son tells me. We usually have conversations as a family. If you do something that, because currently the current politicians are not ashamed. They're not at all. They're about their character. Now, if you do anything that is wrong, no one must will tell me, Dad, you're not the only Amaechi, I am too. So if you do something that rubs off on the name Amaechi, then it affects all of us.
Absolutely.
But if you do something against your Rotimi, I don't mind that. But unfortunately, you are not just Rotimi, you are Rotimi Amaechi, and there are so many of us who bear the name Amaechi.
That's a very, you got a wise kid. Though.
Oh, not just him. So for that reason, every member of my family is taught how to behave so that I don't mess up the name Amaechi.
And of course, you are preeminent.
Most people don't care about their name, they don't care about their character. I wonder whether they don't think their children should be ashamed of themselves.
And as you reflect on that time span of 60 years, I mean, I wonder if you reflect on the way that you have changed, as well as the way Nigeria, the country you grew up in, has also changed.
A lot of things have changed in the country. Have I changed?
Good or bad?
Are we moving from bad to worse in some areas? But it's as you're taking me to politics. I won't go into politics.
No. We're not talking politics.
No.
We're talking about your time as a person.
When I'm ready to go into
politics. Assessment.
No. I don't know. when I'm ready for political conversation, I will have it. I won't be Charles. Charles, it won't be you.
No, but what? Why not?
It won't be you. It will be between Sheon, who's been my friend a long time ago, more than, I don't know whether Sheon is up to 10 to 20 years, and my friends in your morning program. Right. Because they've been putting that pressure. You've never put any pressure, but they've been putting that pressure on me, and I've been avoiding them. I don't know why this guy called me today, and I said, okay, I'm willing to do that.
Well, I'm glad you did. So at least we've got 50, and the girl is Rita Osakwe, who's the producer of this program.
Okay.
But I mean, the point really is that it's not a political question. It's a question for you as an individual.
So that tells you all you need to know right there. The girl producing the program is Rita Osakwe. The person anchoring the program is Charles Anyagolu, and the platform is Arise TV, owned by a Southeasterner. So anybody that's ever had any thoughts about Arise TV is just an ethno space that is there to propagate the politics of a particular region. That's all.
Who's turned 60, and you're looking at the way that you have evolved and looking at the way that this country has evolved in that time that you turned 60.
So the only thing I can tell you now is that looking at the way Nigeria had run election, even though as crude as option A4 was under Babangida, it led us forward. At least a lot of transparency. You were sure of what was going on. Then we came back to meet people like Iwu and others and the current one, and things got worse. So you don't know whether to say we are progressing or we are regressing.
Right.
You just don't know. What you say to yourself is, what do we do that Nigeria as a country today, we can't have electoral reform in a country like Nigeria. So you begin to bother, are we moving forward? The answer I get in my head is, in some areas, yes, in other areas, no. Is complete. There's a state capture using the electoral institution as a machine. And should that be? Honestly, ask the question. Should
well, I mean, the point really is that when you say things like this, as I said, there is obviously the need to clarify the points that you make, because I mean, one wonders whether, given the fact that you appear to believe that electoral reform is not taking place, the kind of electoral reform that would give confidence to Nigerians and confidence to the opposition, it's not taking place. How does that make you feel going towards?
I said this by saying that I wish that the National Assembly could amend the Constitution,
right,
and allow Jega to remain there until we're able to get electoral reform. Because where there is no electoral reform, then it has to be a man of conscience. And then Jega was a man of conscience. So yes, the process was not what you think you can manage, but I'll manage it in such a way that all the...
So Jega was a man of conscience because he gave the presidency to Rotimi Amaechi'S team. Yamu Yakubu is a criminal because he's not letting himself be bought by Rotimi Amaechi. So that's about the sum total of that.
Parties will feel this was transparent. That's what happened in 2015. Nobody gave us a chance. I doubt even if Jega even gave us a chance. But because the process was transparent, the people's votes mattered.
Right. And that's what's important, isn't it?
Here, currently, if I were the current chairman of INEC, I'll put, for Christ's sake, I love my name. I wouldn't.
But he may not be there in 2027.
It doesn't matter. Already he's stopping parties from being registered. So already, INEC has taken sides. INEC is no longer the umpire.
Right, but in fairness to him, he's put forward a considerable number of reforms, though.
To whose advantage?
I mean, he's proposed a number of reforms.
Whether he proposed it or not, to whose advantage? First, there has to be parties to compete for that election. You're putting those number of reforms. So when there are no parties to compete for those positions, then what importance is that reform?
But are you talking about the party that you're discussing in this opposition coalition, like a new party? Or?
Whether it is new or old, whatever, the most important thing is that the Electoral Act allows you to register a political party.
Right.
Just because one man sees one thing about.
So I'm not aware that any attempt has been made to register a new political party. So I'm not quite sure what Rotimi Amaechi, because if the Atiku coalition has attempted to register a political party, that would have been headline news all over all of the media platforms. So it has never been reported that anybody attempted to register a political party. But as I said, Rotimi Amaechi, a pathological liar.
But what is funny about the current government is that they don't even obey laws. They don't obey the constitution.
So are they stopping you from registering the party?
Of course, they're not allowing the opposition to register political parties. But again, you're taking me to politics. After I don't want to discuss politics.
Well, I mean, it's important to clarify these things.
Now, Charles,
because if you say something about him, then obviously it has to be clarified.
I've cleared it. So, sister birthday.
Okay. Well, let me move in this direction. You've been Speaker of a state assembly, governor of a state, federal minister, and you've attempted to be president. I mean, do you think you're a long way from ever becoming president? Is that what's left for you to do in terms of your political ambition?
Charles, no comments. We agreed, no political questions.
Yeah, but you've been talking politics.
I told you about issues I needed to clear, and I've cleared them, so we can move forward.
Well, let me ask you another question that may be more purely biographical, although it may touch on politics. But take us back to 1999, for example, when you were just 34 years old and you had your breakthrough into elective office. You were elected into the Rivers State House of Assembly, and subsequently you became Speaker of the Assembly. How much did that break new ground for you? And how carefully did you have to think about getting fully into politics before you did that? I mean, you have a lot of anxieties and things about becoming, getting into that position. And you were just 34 years old.
I was 34 when I became Speaker. The process was a bit more transparent than you have now. So it was a matter of, in fact, in the court, if you lost the election and you went to court, you were sure that the court was a bit more transparent and you could come out there getting a verdict that you go home satisfied. So, as young as I was, I got elected. And I became Speaker. And the judiciary was given their due respect. Then, I had to do, what did I do? Discharge.
Sometimes I wish I was born in some backwater space. Not I was born, no, but I originate from some backwater space like River State. If Rotimi Amaechi, as he presents now, which is the evolved version of his being, if he all those years ago was able to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives in River State, then that is to tell you of the quality of persons. That is to tell you that they had no educated people, they had no intelligent people, and then they had to default to this sort of a guy. So if somebody like Rotimi Amaechi could be the Speaker of River State whenever all those decades ago, then that speaks more to the quality of persons that they have in River State than anything else,
My responsibilities for the number of years I was supposed to discharge my responsibility, 8 years. And we had an opposition party, APP.
That's the big turning point for your business. The question is...
And they gave us our run for the money.
Impacted this new polemic from you against the APC? Why have you explicitly veered away from your support for the party?
I'll start this the answer with just saying that I'm grateful to Buhari. Maybe if he didn't offer me the opportunity to be the Director General of the campaign, I would probably not have been the Director General of the campaign. And then at the end of the day, he offered me the opportunity of being a minister, where I discharged my responsibility in the Ministry of Transport. But outside that, I don't want to talk about APC.
Well, do you want to talk about the opposition alliance that you?
I also don't want to talk. I'm not the leader of the opposition alliance, so I don't want to talk about the opposition. You don't discuss. There's a saying in my village that if the mouth goes to war first,
right,
when the leg comes, they will capture the leg.
Well, let me put it this way. Yes. With the electioneering for 2027 already beginning, and nobody can deny that, analysts say that for the opposition, the challenge is clear. It's got to be a merger or bust. If they don't form an alliance, Tinubu will be left odds on to win in 2027. Do you agree?
Why would you want me to discuss politics?
Well, because you're here and it's interesting to talk to you. I mean, you're at the heart of
You spoke to the
things.
Minister for Communication. Did you discuss politics with him?
No, but he came to discuss something. I mean, he's minister.
I was invited here to discuss my 60th birthday.
Yeah, so but this is all part of your 60th birthday.
Alliance is not part of my 60th birthday. APC.
But your 60, you had a...
I think Rotimi Amaechi should just drop this 60th birthday nonsense. Nobody is interested in you as an individual. Nobody is interested in your 60 years or your no years. Nobody is interested if you're alive or dead. To speak to the politics you are politicking now, or get the fuck out of the studio. It's just a nonsense. So drop this. Nobody cares about you.
A symposium at your 60th birthday,
yes,
and a lot of the people who were there were opposition politicians.
I hope you know that I didn't organize the
But that's part of your 60th birthday.
Yeah, but I didn't organize it. There was a committee headed by Governor Suswan. So if you want to discuss that, then I would ask Governor Suswan.
But how much will the resolve of the opposition be tested to come together to form a mega party that can potentially defeat Tinubu in 2027? Since they come across as so divided.
Charles, you're a typical Nigerian. Nigerians don't care about anything. What do I mean by that? You are not even addressing the fact that before we can even start, the chairman of INEC has ruled out the registration of any new party.
Yeah, but you're still you still come together yourselves.
Okay, so supposing we come together and we have no party.
Yeah, but I mean,
you should first address that and stop addressing whether coalition or no coalition.
But there are alternatives. I mean, the SDP has been mooted. The ADC has been mooted.
Okay, what is wrong with a new party?
I don't know.
Exactly.
So
why are you suggesting that?
Of INEC.
Why suggesting that?
Why am I suggesting what?
Why are you suggesting ADC and SDP and all that?
Well,
why not you think that?
Because that's an alternative.
No. You see, you must ask people to keep to the law. You can't be chairman of INEC if you want to obey the law. It's like National Assembly calling for a voice vote. A voice vote for a two-third majority. Right. How do you do that? How do you do that? Why do people not go to court? Because at the end of the day, only God knows what will happen in court.
There's a crucial area I'd like to talk to you about before we have to go.
Thank God we're going.
and that is your thoughts on the state of emergency in Rivers State.
I've made that public a long time. I've said to you that the president was not right. In fact, if there's anywhere I'm disappointed at
So I have a hot take. AI is not just a buzzword if you use Monday CRM.
I'm so glad you said that. So for me,
okay, he was my lawyer, so no need to talk about him. Because you can say I'm a young lawyer, but that constitution does not give the president the power to suspend any governor. What it just means that if anybody becomes president, they can wake up and close down and arise. No, you must go by the law. That's why it's called the rule of law.
But how come that is being allowed to? I mean, all of you, you're all very significant.
You and I are the problem of the country.
Yeah, but you're
not the president.
You're from Rivers State.
Yes.
You were a former governor.
What makes you think
you've got a lot of political pedigree?
What's your surname? Anogolu, right?
Yes.
Anambra.
No, Enugu.
What makes you think it can't happen in Enugu?
Well, it hasn't happened. It's happened in Rivers.
It hasn't happened in Enugu because I'm sure the government must be scared, so it's towing the line. Why do that?
No, but what I'm saying is, what do you
Did you observe what happened in South Korea?
But what
this evening I was watching.
Yes.
This evening I was watching.
I mean, they're holding their election.
There is a very tiny minority which includes me. And why do I take that position? It's political. And when I say political, it's not to win the votes of the Igbos.
Great people, they'll say they are Igbo. If you talk to others,
money, the president needs to tell us.
That's a valid.
Sorry, I'm skimming through just to manage the time. So we just watch another 2-3 minutes of it. And then if somebody comes in, we have a conversation.
Question. Finally, which ethnic group do you belong to?
I'm a Manipuri.
What does that mean? I mean, there are people who say that if you talk to some Ikwere people, they'll say they are Igbo. If you talk to others, like some Wiki, they'll say they are not.
Whether you're
and
Igbo,
at different times, you have said you're Igbo, and other times
don't bring
said
that. Don't bring that controversy. Don't bring that controversy. I don't know why you want to go into that controversy.
Well, because it's interesting to know what your position is on that.
No, it's not. Why is it not? Okay. You are first and foremost an Ikwere man before you can be an Igbo man. So if you ask an Ikwere man, who are you? You say, I'm an Ikwere man. So what you can say is an Ikwere man and Igbo man. There are those who there are divergent views. Majorities will say no. In all honesty, majority will say no. There is a very tiny minority which includes me. And why do I take that position? It's political. And when I say political, it's not to win the votes of the Igbos. I didn't like the way the Igbos were being treated at a particular point in time in protest.
So he did not like the way the Igbos were being treated at a particular point in time. But when he was a Minister of Transportation, he mapped the railway service for Nigeria. He built according to him, he built the Lagos-Ibadan railway service. He completed the Kano to Abuja railway service. He completed the Kaduna to Abuja railway service. And then he started, and near completion now, the Kano to Niger Republic railway service. This was all this guy built, and not a single nod in the direction of the Southeasterners. But he professes to be an Igbo man, and he objects to how the Igbos are being treated. So there it is right there, a pathological liar.
Against that treatment against the Igbos, I began to wear what's it called? The tiger head.
Traditional
clothes with the red cap. In protest, asking Nigeria to address their problem. Again, I made it public that I'm an Igbo man. In protest.
But not in fact.
It doesn't make me, whether I'm an Igbo man or not, is immaterial at this point in time. Again,
So you see what a slippery and a slimy sort of character this man is. Simple question. Are you an Igbo man? Or it's a binary choice. I am yes, I am not no. So this guy has been talking for a good 20 minutes now, and we're still none the wiser if it's an Igbo man or not, or obviously ashamed to be associated with the Igbos.
I also argue with my brothers in the Ikwere community. Our cultures are similar.
Right.
Our language is also similar.
Okay.
The kind of food we eat, the same. So why would you deny not being an Igbo man?
Okay. On that note, I want to thank you very much indeed. And to...
So that's Rotimi Amaechi right there, a virulous pathological liar. So we got Solly joining us. Hopefully it's there and not conked out by... Solly, are you there? Look at that.
I'm here for the people.
For the people. How are you? So how much of that did you listen to? What thoughts do you have? Rotimi Amaechi and his politics and the coalition space.
I see no problem in what he's doing. You were saying that he's a pathological liar. Well, if you say the truth, Nigerians insult you. In fact, they go after you and they want to do jungle justice. But if you lie, they reward you with political positions. So he's only doing his job. After all, is he not a Nigerian politician? So he's just doing what he needs to do. But all this one is just cho-cho-cho, all talking, no action. I think he's just looking for attention, or maybe he's looking for a role, because none of them are beating Tinubu. If you like, set up your committee.
I don't think he's looking for. I don't think he's looking for attention. No, I think what we're seeing playing out are political alignments now. So we're seeing 2027 is wanting to start to take some sort of shape. And the people interested in being participants in that space, they're bringing themselves forward in order to present themselves then and their argument. So this is Rotimi Amaechi coming to the center stage because, of course, you know, he's still pained by his loss at the primaries APC 2023. So he's presenting himself now to tell us then that he's still in play, and this is what he's politicking to. And his politicking, Rotimi Amaechi's politics, is to be either the flag bearer of the opposition space or the deputy. So he's presenting his credentials as a player. Yes.
One man, I try to control my laughter, but it's insulting to the intelligence to consider this guy a contender. You know, none of them are contenders. I've not seen any viable contenders. I've only seen jokers. You know, one man, let's be honest, all this is just a waste of time. There's no point in
not a viable contender.
They are not contenders now. They are not serious contenders. This is not the kind of wave or movement that used to remove somebody like Tinubu. It's just a noisemaker. That is just all he is. He's an attention seeker. It's like the woman that divorced you, but is complaining that she does not like you, but she's around all the time. You know, it's a joke. It's not. I'm not taking this guy serious. I'm not taking any of them serious. None of them. If they were serious contenders, Tinubu would have gone after them one way or the other, or he would have tried to pull them into APC. Every single contender has moved into APC or is planning to move into APC. You can even see with Adeleke now. Adeleke is going to join
contenders moved to APC? Which contenders moved to APC?
No, the people that can bring support to potential contenders. Contenders and people that can, well, so far I haven't seen any contender, but I've seen people that can give a contender support. They are all being pulled into APC. So who is going to support Rotimi Amaechi? Is it El Rufai or who? There's no support. You know, who does he know that cannot be bought? All of them can be bought. So where is the contender? Joke. They are all jokes. They are not taking this serious, and they are going to be wiped out.
Well, I somewhat agree with you actually that they are going to be wiped out because 2027 is the last throw of the dice for a lot of these main actors now, with the exception of Kwakwanso, depending on how Kwakwanso plays his politics. After 2027, we will never hear from Atiku Abubakar again. He will go back to Abu Dhabi to spend the rest of his life and his stolen money. We will never hear from Peter Obi again after 2027 because he cannot carry on in the manner that he has been carrying on. So 2027 marks the end of Peter Obi. 2027 marks the end of Rotimi Amaechi because after 2027, 2031 goes to the north. And by after, so that's 12 years. The 2027 election is a 12-year politics space. You know, it's the last chance saloon for so many people. You know, so Peter Obi cannot come back in 2031 and tell the Northerners they cannot have their turn because it's an Igbo man of integrity and whatever it is they are rebranded. No. So this is the last chance for Peter Obi. The last chance for Rotimi Amaechi, not even a chance. It's just a wild card, isn't it? It's just buying a lottery ticket, knowing that it's like 1,000,000 to 1 something. So he's dead. You know, Atiku is gone. You know, so Atiku will come back in 2031, age 93, 94, and tell you he wants to be your president. I don't even think
he'll be alive by then.
So it's the last chance saloon for all of these desperate, what's the basket of deplorables, as Hillary Clinton calls them. So it's the last chance saloon for all of these elements.
One man, they are too comfortable and they don't know that they need to step their game up. The music has stopped playing, But these people don't understand that the club has closed. They are still dancing on an empty dance floor. Before I came to this platform, all I knew was Lagos politics. The moment I started listening to politics from the north, the east, I saw that these people, they can't even win local government chairmanship. They don't have what it takes. They are not tactical enough. They are not smart enough. They don't have the proper structure. They are just like little children that have been given silver spoon all their life, and they are now trying to start their own business. Failures. That is all they are. Failures. They don't even have the right ideology to remove this political APC that is there right now. All losers. You have to come with, number one, ideology. If the ideology you are coming with is not different from what has been going on in Nigeria since the beginning of Nigeria, you are losing. That is the first sign that you are losing. You can't use crime to beat a bigger criminal. Tinubu will always beat them hands down. The smartest ones are the ones that are joining APC right now, because if they don't join, it will almost be impossible for them to join after 2027. They are losing. I don't see anybody beating him right now. Maybe man of prestige wants to argue against what I'm saying, Sha, but it is an argument based on hope. And when you are doing Nigerian politics, you don't put hope there. It's money politics at this point. People are suffering and they are poor. The only thing that you can give them that will not make them take money is your ideology. And all of them are showing criminal ideology. It's a joke. If he likes, he should go and do 500 interviews, just wasting his money and his time.
I agree with you somewhat, actually, Solly, in what you said. Just a little bit of what you said. The people moving now, they are moving to secure because everybody knows that, 4 years is a very short time, Look at when Tinubu was inaugurated and he's nearly completed the term now. So 4 years is a very short time in politics. And a lot of these people, they are calibrating towards post-Tinubu. So however they play their politics now will determine their future in politics by February, March, by March 2023. So the people supporting Tinubu now, you cannot then say you are against him, but then he wins and then you cross to the other side and you want to go above them. So you have to make your decisions now. And this is what you're seeing playing out. A lot of people are making their decisions now and they're reading the tea leaves. They cannot see what permutates Tinubu out of power and they're quickly crossing over to him to show allegiance. So you cannot come then after the election to say, no, sorry, Ogana, it was only, no, because a lot of people have already stood in the march on you.
Everybody is taking their place right now. Every single person is taking their place before that 2027. Because anything after 2027, your political career is basically over. That is it. This is it. This is the last bus stop for any criminal politician right now, or any politician that has done anything shady before. This is the last bus stop. This is the end. You are not removing anybody unless you come up with a different ideology. And they seem so weak. I don't know why Nigerians make so much noise online, but in real life, they don't have the balls. They don't have the guts.
Sorry, do you know who Babangida Aliyu is? Babangida Aliyu.
I only know one Babangida.
All right. So Babangida Aliyu, I think he was the former governor of I think Niger State thereabout. That was under Goodluck Jonathan. He was the one that led the team to move a block out of the PDP to form the new PDP, which then went into the APC when that was formed. It was a prominent vocal voice. So Babangida Aliyu, it was the Peter Obi, the Rotimi Amaechi under the Goodluck Jonathan administration. He played his politics wrong, and nobody remembers his name now. So by 2031, nobody will remember Rotimi Amaechi. He would have faded away anyway, because what else would he say? So his politics ends in 2027. Peter Obi's politics ends in 2030. Peter Obi will not run in 2031, no, because their bookies will just behead him. There's no tolerance for him. So
Yeah, but let me ask a question. Let me ask.
Wait, please. Let one man finish. I was listening.
No, I was asking a question. Come on, he's not complaining.
No, but
See,
I wanted to. He was saying something, and I was listening before.
No, I think you get the general trust of where I am. It's the last chance saloon for all of these people, and they're going to get increasingly desperate because they've stolen a lot of money. Okay, let's take Rotimi Amaechi for instance. For the last 30 years, Rotimi Amaechi was the chairman of a local government area. He went into the state assembly in Rivers State, and he became chairman of that state assembly. From being the chairman of that state assembly, he became the governor of Rivers State for 4 years, for 8 years. From being the governor of Rivers State, he became the DG of Buhari campaign. From being the DG of Buhari campaign, he became the Minister of Transportation. For the last near 3 decades, this guy has been rolling around Nigeria with the retinue of states, police siren everywhere, army surrounding him, open access to CBN coffers. And now, suddenly, in the last 2 years, after 30 years of all of that, in the last 2 years, suddenly he's just average citizen. His wife is telling him, your eba is in the cooler, go and warm eba in the kitchen. So he has, so from that, it's like a drug addict suddenly going cold turkey. Well, this is what we're seeing, withdrawal symptoms.
Amaechi is not like a big player now in this thing. He didn't even win the campaign in terms of any party's representation the last time. He's never had 6 million votes. So, but the question I wanted to ask was, what if Atiku decides not to run and decides to back a ticket that P2B is on top of, and with another candidate, let's say example, El-Rufai? What do you think are their odds of actually winning?
To Nigeria, to be very honest with you, that article is too self-centered not to run. He has already shown signs that he's ready to destroy the party for his own ambitions, which is not possible. I don't think he's going to give anybody space again.
That is quite based on his this in behavior before now. That is
sorry.
There's always that possibility. There's always that possibility.
No, you land that point and I'll come after you.
Yeah, I think you can't rule out that possibility that he could decide that, you know what, there is no path for me. PDP is not going anywhere. Wike is destroying everything. So what I can do now is to back another candidate in the north there to run with Peter Obi on top of the ticket and maybe get some kind of concession from Peter Obi that he's not going to do a second term, which I don't think that is workable. So that means that someone like Jonathan, someone like Jonathan may even be more appealing to them because Jonathan has only 1 term left in him. So, but if the question mostly was restricted to Peter Obi. What if Atiku decide not to run and endorses one other candidate like
okay. All right. So Nigeria, there are 2 prongs to that actually. If Atiku decides not to run, I'm not sure that he's going to back Peter Obi because Atiku is more a Tinubu man than a Peter Obi man. The only gripe that Atiku has with Tinubu is that Tinubu has what Atiku has for his the length of his adult life wanted. So that's just the gripe that Atiku has with Tinubu, but it's not especially hatred of Tinubu, and it doesn't even think Tinubu is managing the country badly, because Tinubu is managing the country in pretty much the same manner that Atiku would have. So I'm not sure that if Atiku decides not to run, he will automatically back.
The question was about what if he does.
Yeah. If he does back, like I said, there's a two prongs to it. So that's the first prong. The second prong is if he backs Obi and then El-Rufai as the deputy, the loss will be greater than 2023. So why? Peter Obi comes with about 4 million votes, 3 to 4 million votes, because a lot of the 6 million votes will hemorrhage because they were special. There was a zeitgeist of that time and space. So a good third of his votes will hemorrhage. All the analysts will tell you that. But Obi comes with about 4 million votes, but El-Rufai comes with nothing. El-Rufai has no political cachet. So I cannot see then Atiku also has no political cachet, because if you look at Atiku's political journey, all in all of his political life, it's been with major parties, with the party infrastructures, and that is where the votes have been coming from. So, for instance, it's the PDP candidate. PDP controls about 20 states. The governors are told to go and deliver their states. So the governors go to test their popularity amongst their people and persuade them to vote in the direction of their party. So they vote, a lot of articles votes, they are party votes, are not individualistic votes, but Peter Obi's votes are individualistic votes. So Peter Obi's votes are portable, but
I'm
article
not so
votes are
sure
not.
though. I'm not
Yes.
so sure because if you look at Buhari was getting consistent number of votes, and all he needed was to get over the line. And when Tinubu gave him that, he was able to get over the line, even if the party he was using to get over the line is not the same as the party he was getting the previous votes from. So some of all these people, individuals, actually wield influence, just like Wike does. Wike is basically APC now, but he wields a lot of power in the PDP. So he could shift things. And personally, if that scenario plays out, I see a strong chance because Erufai may not have in terms of votes per se. He has votes in terms of the way he campaigns and the way he communicates with people. He has votes on that front, and he's not going to be like a Dati. I mean, Erufai is a fiery figure, and he has records too that he has shown to be quite competent in like say Abuja now. You see what I mean?
Tonight, can I ask you some questions? The influence that you say these people have, do you believe that these people can be bought?
Of course, Nigerian politicians, Jesus Christ.
Yes. Now, if these people can be bought, who do you think has the highest amount to give them?
I don't think Tinubu can buy Erufai at this moment. That is the problem. No, I don't think there was a time when he could have, because he has used his capital to do that now. He can't do that anymore. He doesn't have what it takes now to buy someone like Erufai anymore. He had the chance, maybe while he was, selecting his ministers to say, okay, Erufai, I'm going to back you for so and so time. He didn't do that. He set Erufai into the wilderness. Kwakwaso, I don't know. I think Kwakwaso is on his side, so who knows? But if Kwakwaso turns on him, it's over in the north. Forget it. If Kwakwaso, Erufai, Atiku.
Uses the concept of...
sorry, Tunaja, there's a thinking that suggests that that El-Rufai is a knight in a multi-dimensional chess play that is in play. So it might all be an agent, that's just sent out to go and guarantee the elections.
I don't think so. It's not that kind of person. So? He's not. Yeah, he's not that kind of person because no. The reason why I say because his character. There are certain people that can do that, but his character is not that kind of person. This guy wields more power than many in that country. He does things and get away. It's like Wike sometimes, or even worse. He does something and get away with it, like defying the president's order. This guy defied it. And it's not the first time he done it. He did it with Buhari, and he did it before they took over from PDP. He was one of those people that was saying they will form alternative government. Nobody arrested him. That guy wields power. Let's not joke around, man. El-Rufai is a figure that I watch in Nigeria, and I say this guy is unusual for some reason. I don't know why. He's just unusual.
What type of power does he wield? Is it power?
You tell me now. They grabbed Utomi and put him in jail, but they didn't grab him when he was saying he was going to form alternative government.
Sorry, Tunaja. Let me step down. You shut it down when you guys are done. Thank you, everyone. See you.
Yeah, it's not going to be long anyway.
The power that you are saying El-Rufai has is, corrupt power. And I keep on saying this thing. You cannot use corruption to beat Tinubu. He's a bigger corrupt person. Tinubu uses the concept of 48 laws of power, crush your enemies totally. He also uses the concept of plata o plomo.
Come on. Come on. When you say crush your opponent totally, it's not true though.
Please, can I finish? Plata o plomo was used for the governor of Rivers State. He gives you a solution with a blank check.
The governor of Rivers State was already compromised.
Please now.
You are going on too long and saying too many different things that I can't be able to reply to.
Please now. I'm just giving. I can
Okay,
give
go
you.
ahead. Go ahead.
I can give you examples of everything I'm saying. Crush your enemy totally. We've seen him do that. When he uses Plata or Promo, it gives you the chance to join the party to either take some money, or he's going to make sure that your life is miserable, which you can see with the example of River State. We know what it can do, where it can that they have to blow up the whole place just to force his hand to come out. So this I've even forgotten what
It's a Machiavellian. So that's basically what you're saying. Tinubu is a Machiavellian, but in the worst way, because Machiavelli people mistake him for advocating power for power's sake. It's power for governance and stability. That's what he advocates for. But that said, Tinubu is a Machiavellian. We know that he can trade anything to get what he wants.
Plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, plan F.
And I've never seen any individual in Nigerian politics that has elicited such level of loyalty, whether it's cajoled or coerced or this thing voluntary. I've never seen one individual politician do that in that sense. Maybe it just comes from the Southwestern culture.
Are you an obedient?
I'm not an obedient. But I support Peter Obi as the best candidate to rule the country.
You know what I noticed about Peter Obi supporters, right? They don't always want to face the reality of what things are. You know, this is the reality.
Yeah, but okay, let me give you one reality. You've given I've not even finished my point. No, you've already let me give you my no. You've had your say. Let me dismiss one of the points you made. Let me dismiss the point you made now. If it was so powerful and if it was so good at changing the narrative, and Tinubu can manipulate anything, he basically limped into office with 36% of the vote. So that should tell you something, that he is not. If to have been PDP didn't sabotage itself, PDP, as a matter of fact, even till now, the opposition is the problem. It's not Tinubu that is the problem. The opposition is the problem. The opposition can't seem to get their act together to remove him from office.
And how is
that is the problem? I said no. When you compare him to like Buhari was getting significant amount of vote that should have surpassed what Tinubu is getting. It surpassed what Tinubu is getting.
To Nigeria, in order to succeed, you need to be able to adapt very quickly. Tinubu played the hands that he was given, and he played it very well. Peter Obi was all over the South, fighting for who is Christian, who is South, who is this one. All Tinubu needed was 25% from each region, and he focused on that. You don't need
Rufai delivered for Peter for Tinubu.
You don't need to win 70% of the North and 70% of the South and be trying to. That one.
Well, look at them, everybody. All the rebels are beginning to join now. What is going on here? What is going on here? When I started cooking their candidate, all of them start jumping in. All of them.
Now you just have to face the reality.
To Nigeria.
Hey, look at that. What is going on? Did you all come and defend your Jagaban? Is that it?
I'm not coming to defend him.
Relax now.
No, wait now. I've told you the solution. You need to come with a different ideology. All this one that you're saying, hey, Rufai has power, Atiku has power. I've told you, crime will not beat crime. The formula does.
Hold on. If Tinubu was so powerful, why did he not become president since 2006?
Because
you all make it look like he's God, he's everything. Why did he not become president in 2016, 2019?
It's called patience.
Then that is not power. That is not raw power. Then it means that he knows his limitations. He's not omnipotent, as you guys like to make out.
Peter Obi supporters never listen. You think everything is a criticism to Peter Obi. You think everybody's.
I'm not saying this. I'm just saying that don't overhype somebody that just won an election, because it's overhyping, because somebody just won an election with the lowest vote count in the country, and you're saying he just played a blinder when other parties got 60-something% of the vote.
Are you going to let me answer? You keep on making me repeat the same thing, and I notice I'm repeating.
Stop repeating the same thing that is inaccurate.
Oh God, it's you that.
You can't keep saying 2 + 2 is 5, and you expect me to just accept it.
Cutting me off every time.
Okay, say it now. Say it.
But you don't let me speak.
Say it.
If he didn't win in 2006, it's because the hands that he was dealt with did not favor him at that moment. He's not stupid enough, like an obedient, to be using the same strategy all the time and be expecting a different solution. You adapt.
Okay, what is the strategy this time?
Oh my goodness.
I'm asking you now.
Let him talk and allow him to talk.
You play with the hands you are giving. Buhari was using the same strategy over and over and over again, expecting a different result. Before Tinubu came, looked at the playing cards and said, let's adjust some things. This is what obedience are supposed to do. But obedience are using the same mistake that Buhari was doing, putting the same strategy and expecting a different result. Tinubu has always, even if you go down to before he became president, and this is why I keep on saying that other politicians are so useless in my eyes, their strategy is always adapt with what is given to you. They don't have a fixed strategy. They have always adapted with their playing cards. If you play poker, you will know what I mean. You don't come to play poker with the same strategy. You come, you see the hands that you are giving, and you adjust based on that. You don't see other people's cards.
So then we are talking strategies now. So what is Tinubu's strategy now to win?
Is whatever is on the now he has already won. Don't you see him bringing people into APC? Don't you see him
say he has already won? Do you know Peter Obi within 5 months got almost 6 million votes? And you are saying he has already won. Nobody knew Peter Obi was going to get that at all from nowhere.
You know what? You are right. Peter Obi is doing the perfect.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying he's doing fantastically. I'm just saying that your complacency to say that Tinubu has already won. This is the kind of stuff you see in politics, whereby the next day after the election, the supporters are shocked what just happened because you just didn't read the runes very well.
Okay. Nothing will happen.
From what I read right now,
2027 is done deal. See,
yes,
Akwa Ibom today, they just deflect to APC, the whole state.
Yeah, so, just because they defect doesn't mean anything. Let me explain to you what is happening so you have an idea. I will explain this then. See, Solly, you've had more than your fair share of say now. Come on, let me explain what I think is going to happen. So because you are not saying what you think is going to happen, you just keep making conjectural statements. Let me tell you what I think is going to happen. Just hold on now. Hold on. Let me have my own say.
Why can't you relax for yourself?
Let me tell you what I think is going to happen. What is happening now is that you notice that most of the South is where all this movement is happening. Because Tinubu has somehow felt that, I don't know why, somehow he's beginning to think that the North has turned on him. So most of his support is supposed to be coming from the South now, from his approach. And even the last time, let's face it, he's also got a lot of support from the South. And I think he's going to get more support in the Southwest this time. That is true. He's going to get more support. However, what he's not fully calculated very well is, what if P2B has a very strong ticket this time? If he has a strong ticket that is stronger than before, and people think that he's going to win, and people like Atiku back him, we know that PDP is not that divided. They are focused on winning. Let me finish my point now. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point now. I thought you people to finish.
You keep bringing your head. You keep saying the same thing all the time.
No. Let me finish what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if the Southeast, the Southeast was PDP. Yeah, they went Labour. Even when most of the Southeast was PDP already, they went Labour. They didn't care where the party was. They went, especially for presidency. They can choose whatever direction they go. Even Lagos went a different direction for the presidency. So let's not just assume because parties are moving that for presidency, when they see, this one is P2B, that one is Tinubu, people don't know which one to choose. The people in the Southeast would definitely go Peter Obi if he's on the ticket, and people in the South, majority of them will go Peter Obi if
no matter cross carpet who doesn't cross carpet. Is it the Southeast that invited Tinubu and Soludo was dancing with him and they gave him red cap to wear?
I'm just saying what I think is likely to happen.
You are talking about.
It depends on the opposition. If the opposition doesn't come together, Tinubu will win. If the opposition don't come together, Tinubu will win, obviously. But if they come together, Tinubu will not.
Can I speak? I mean, hold on. You are not coordinating this thing well.
Let's let man of prestige speak. Let's let man of prestige speak. Wait, man of prestige has come through his grieving cycle. Now he's fully recovered. He's now a Trumpite. He's now accepted his fate. Man of prestige, you're welcome. I really admire your resilience. After all the hassle people have been going through in America, I'm sure you're happy now with Trump and Elon Musk biting each other left and right. How are you doing?
Greeting everybody here. Yeah, I don't have any issue with Trump. I mean, we elected him for president, so I'm good with that. he's doing, depending on what angle you're coming in, so I support whatever he's doing. So he's actually
wow. You have no issues with
working
Trump.
with his manifesto. So Elon Musk is the one that's going to lose.
Oh my God, you are truly fully recovered. You are truly fully recovered. You are welcome.
Yeah, but I'm not here to talk about Trump or American politics. So let's come. One man is listening. I came in because I want to debunk some of what one man is saying. I think sometimes one man doesn't even listen to himself, and sometimes he tends to narrate it to ethnic stuff or whatever. And I'm gonna give you instances where he was wrong in that. I don't know why he does it, if that's truly in his head or just to patronize people like Simbad, Femi, and Kenny. That's why he does that ethnic stuff, which is not necessary. For one, he claimed that the owner of Arise TV is from Southeast. That is completely nonsense. It's never true. That's factually incorrect. He's from Delta State. I don't know what his heritage, whether he has some Igbo or some Yoruba. If you look at his two names. So wait a minute. I'm right. I know what I'm talking about. So one man, he's listening. So that's why I'm calling. I wouldn't have called his name but I know one man is listening. So one man is factually wrong on that, because there was never any ethnic.
Okay, we have read that one. Though you don't need to be repeating that one now.
You don't tell me how to talk. So will you just be quiet, please?
Let's speak in order. Man of Prestige, Femi, Simba, and Kenny. So Man of Prestige, 3 minutes. Then the rest for 5 minutes. Since you have already spoken for about 2 minutes at least.
Right. So it's my turn. I'm gonna get my 3 minutes. So having said that, let me put it to the politics. What Rotimi Amaechi was saying, I listened to him in the past 2 days, and I was on a different channel. Somebody from River State. I don't know if you all know. I think this lady, Any TV. She's from River State, and most of what Rotimi claim, I'm not a fan of Rotimi. Okay, most of what Rotimi claim, maybe about 70% of his achievement is true. The lady confirmed it. Building, it's something very pedestrian in my own opinion. What is flyover has to be an achievement. Who cares about flyover? We are, in California where I'm right now, we are building, the first and the best high-speed, train. Nobody's even talking about it. It's just going to be an achievement. This is what taxpayer give you, you do, and you come to brag about it. Having said that, the 5 flyover he built and the school free and other things, he was right in that aspect. But we can build more a mega, infrastructure, if you want to call it in that regard. So he's not wrong in that. But what is it to believe about Rotimi? This is the guy who claimed that, he's Igbo. Then today he's not Igbo. Like I said, I don't really care what you want to be. Be whatever you want to be. I don't know why some people try to claim, claim them or whatever. It's nonsense. It doesn't really matter. He doesn't even have any credibility to be saying all what he was saying on national TV. And you come there for an interview, you say you don't want to talk about politics. Why did you come there to be with? So he doesn't have any political capital. He may not even win River State. Is it El-Rufai? I don't know, what is El-Rufai pedigree, in the north, how far he can go in that. So I don't even see that ticket working. But having said it, just my own personal opinion, we don't actually know what is actually going on. If they're coming out to tell us what they are really, the coalition is actually doing, we don't need to hiding the fact. Now, what I'm hearing yesterday that Obi doesn't want to be in the coalition because he wants Dati Ahmed to deputize him instead of El-Rufai. That's why, that's why he doesn't want part of the coalition. But nobody knows if that's true. Because remember, about last month or 3 weeks ago, there was a claim coming out that that Obi is going to deputize Atiku. And that came out to be false. So they may just play in us in that regard. But in my own opinion, there's no way we're going to have 3-party or, whatever. This is it's a straight ticket for Tinubu to win. If you want to dislodge Tinubu or give Tinubu, a money for his run, there has to be a coherent 2-party that's challenging. And I think it shouldn't be one of them. In my own opinion, Obi should be the flag bearer. El-Rufai or whomever it is, whatever people may condemn him the way he is, he may have some political capital in the north. The way the north are going about it right now. You saw the guy that came by here yesterday. He's not even the only one. I have a friend of mine here, he's telling me the same thing. the Northerners are completely against Tinubu. Why? Let's ask people here. Why is Tinubu so much concerned about consolidating the South? He probably has gotten the intel about what's going on. You know, I'm not saying that Tinubu is going to lose. No, I mean he has all the apparatus, all the whole machine, you know, to ring the election and something like that. So, he's probably going to win. But if you want to challenge him,
I thought he said it's 2 minutes. So 2 minutes, is it an
Simba,
African?
Let him finish now. He has been here since. Let him finish.
Yeah, I have been here since. Solly and me, I was number 2 when one man was here. So give me my time, Simba. You just came in, so you have no right to say anything. But anyway, having said that, some of what Rotimi said, on that interview is true. I mean, maybe, and I think one man said that's not true. I mean, I've heard it from other people. Even Atiku has said it. The INEC at this particular time, they don't want to. They say it's too late. They don't want to register any new party. So he's not the only one that's making the claim. Whether he's lying or not lying, I've heard it from several angles that this present INEC doesn't want to register any new party. And like properly one man stated, okay,
sorry.
Hold on, let me land. This is what I had.
I want to ask you a question about this thing that you just said. Let me ask you now.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know the time? Because it's not something that INEC will just say, no, we don't want to register. The time is too late. They have a time limit. So do you know the time limit whereby they can register party before an election?
I have no idea. I've not been able to. I've not been able to verify that.
If you don't have that, why are you now saying that is what they said?
I'm telling you what they said from many angles.
They've not been registering parties since, even before the 2023 election. They've been doing that for a long time.
I have no fact to back what I'm saying, but I said I've had it even from Atiku. I'm just buttressing what Rotimi said. He's not the only one that said it. But one man said, why would he say that? After all, this same Mahmoud is the one that registered Sowore. But we're in a different dispensation right now. Look, the administration of Tinubu is like an authoritative. They want to, conquer everybody. So if they want to use INEC as a machine, that's possible. So you can't just be using because of what happened before. Then you put it right now. I don't know what's the deadline for the registration of party. We still have more than 2 years. So what is the deadline? Do you have the fact? Educate us, Simba. I give you the space to educate us. Then I can continue. Simba.
Yeah. What I want to say is that, in as much as we are moving into the political time now,
okay,
I don't like a situation whereby people will just be saying things that are not fact. People will just be speculating, and maybe they don't want to do this. Maybe they've not been registering. Are you aware that there are certain rules and criteria that you have to fulfill before they can register any party? And
Simba, let me tell you. No, but I want to tell you from personal experience, I know people that try to open party, even from that 2023 time. Even me, I tried to open. They are not opening any party since.
Wait a minute, sorry, you tried to open a party. What are you talking about?
Yes, I tried. Even me, I tried. They are not opening.
How can you even you solely say you want to open a party?
Why not?
Can you meet the criteria for opening a party? How can you say you want to open a party?
Simba.
Wait. I don't like a situation we'll be saying things that we don't understand, we don't know. Okay. As a party, there are certain things. If you want to register a party, you must have offices in all the 773. So I saw you say you want to register a party. You have that. Is a party? Is a party a CAC a register?
You're giving me the time for me to conclude, so other people can talk.
How can you be saying this?
I think Femi is going to be the next. Just give me 2 minutes, please. Let me round up.
Prove me wrong. Show me one person that has registered party since 2023. Thank you.
That is not a fact. If people don't meet the criteria, then they cannot. Then they will not be registered. How can you solely? Wait. Now, how can you solely say you want to open a party?
Simba.
Name one person that has opened party since
Sorry, wait. They stopped registering party because even they reduced them because they were too much. They've not registered party for the past few years now.
So what I'm saying is correct.
Solid is right. They've not
What
registered
I'm
party.
saying,
So
you know, let me tell you, Kenny, I cannot, if they have not registered party, there is no embargo on registration of party. What I'm saying is that if Solly is coming here and is telling me that because he even use the word open, Solly is party, but a political party in Nigeria is something that individual will be registering.
Solly is just joking. When he said that, he's just joking.
You are attacking me, but the fact is still they are not opening any party.
How
Whether
can you now be
like
using something that is wrong to justify whatever you are saying? That
let me round up.
You want to open a party.
Please control the space. Let me round up. 2 minutes. So, but anyway, in reference to what I was saying, we're talking about registration of party. You know, like some people has confirmed, you know, I mean, I don't have the fact to back, I'm just going by reference. People said people have been trying to register, you know, party, and they say they are not going to be. So, the government is using INEC, you know, as part of the instrument to, you know, to come back. I mean, why can't you register a party? Don't they have a threshold, a deadline of registration? If you meet the requirement, you know, you register. So this is where INEC is right now. This is the problem we're having in that, you know, in that country.
You know, man of prestige, I think what we need to do is, for you, it's not about what people are saying. It's not something that we can even confirm and verify on our own. I don't like people speculating and say, okay, maybe
okay,
they
want to. Can I go on my chat GBT plus to verify?
We forget about all these chat GBT.
No, it's not
Two Naija has infected you with chat GPT. You don't have your own. You can't read your own.
They give you the right fact. They give you exactly where they got their information from. It's a very, you know, AI, you know.
It's not a chat GPT user.
I use the GDP plus. Yeah, they give you relevant information. I just don't use the regular GDP. You know, you go on free like the one Nigeria use. I use the plus, the one that give you the accurate document. They give you exactly where they get the information from.
I hope you know how ChatGPT will not go into the archive of INEC.
I said I use the ChatGPT plus. There's a difference. I use the plus, the one you pay. I have the app. He give you the fact. If it's from Premier Times, everywhere, it gives you exactly where they got their information from. But anyway, having said that, the situation about this coalition, I don't really know what is true. So we have to wait to see where it's coming from. But in my own opinion, any of the party, if the coalition doesn't put Obi, you know, as the flag bearer, it doesn't matter who the vice president is, you know, because vice president in Nigeria is like a lame dog, you know. Look at Shetima right now. What is Shetima not a lame dog? What is he doing? All he was doing was going around attending burial and the marriage and all that. You know, he has been pushed to the side. So this is the perimeter of a vice president when it comes to Nigeria.
Man of prestige. When Osibajo was there, what was his role?
Who?
Osibajo. When was Osibajo?
Osibajo did better. When Buhari left, he delegated the responsibility.
Because they give him power. Because Buhari was not. Because Buhari was not. Okay. He was not on the seat. That's why he was able to act like that.
Tinubu has gone out of the country almost about 3 or 4 months out of the close 2 years he's been in the office. Has he delegated the responsibility to the vice president?
Buhari was out of the country for over 6 months, and so he has to hand over. But Tinubu has never violated any constitutional. He has never been out of the country for more than 21 days. So forget about this thing that you say.
Does their country obey the constitution? I mean, this is the politician. They don't have any ideology. They don't have any doctrine. I mean, like Shelly said here earlier, that the smartest people are migrating to APC. Migrating to what? What is the ideology? They have no doctrine in Nigerian politicians. So does that make them smart?
That you are supporting, they have an ideology. That's why it's moving from one party to the other.
Yes, Obi has an ideology.
And he's moving from one party.
So Obi, man of prestige, Obi has no ideology. That is not ideology. That is not ideology.
Okay.
anybody that deceive himself more than the way you normally deceive yourself.
How do I deceive myself, Simbad?
You deceive yourself now. You are talking about ideology. Meanwhile, you are supporting somebody.
But anyway, let me round up, okay? Let me round up. So Femi can come in. I have to respect other people. But anyway, having said that, you know, the point I'm trying to make about this collusion they are talking about, I don't know how realistic, if they are telling us what's actually the truth. But anyone does not put Obi as the flag bearer. It's a mess right from the beginning, because Obi is the only one out of those three, that has a block vote, both from the southeast and some part of South. They're going to vote for him, whether people like it. Even Tinubu doesn't even have a block vote. Tinubu doesn't have a block vote.
Keep dreaming. Keep dreaming.
Tinubu does not need man of prestige. Tinubu does not need block votes. Tinubu needs to win. It doesn't matter how
that's what Tinubu does.
It doesn't matter how he wins. If he's going to win without block votes, trust me, he will find a way to do it. And that is what you guys don't understand.
Right. Okay, but that's different. That's different than authentic block vote. You find a way to manipulate it. That's what that's
what you are doing, man of prestige. You're already preparing grant for non-acceptance of the defeat that is going to come your way.
No. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. We don't know. But anyway, let me wrap up. Like I was saying,
not even election has not taken place. They're already saying that they are going to rig it. You can see yourself.
They are giving up.
Man of prestige. Let me just tell you this. The only way you are beating Tinubu is a change of ideology. All this strategy that you are putting down, all these block votes, all these.
What ideology? Why you keep on talking about ideology? There's no politicians in that country that have any doctrine. What are you talking about?
Exactly. None of those politicians, none of his oppositions have a different ideology. A different ideology is what Tinubu uses.
It's not. Let me tell you, sorry, you are even making mistake. It's not ideology. You are talking about strategy. Ideology is very
strategy, right?
You have to look. He backed it up with ideology because Nigerians thought that the country was actually going to change.
It's not. Nigeria people doesn't know anything about ideology. Nigeria people doesn't know anything about ideology. Ideology doesn't sell in Nigeria. That's not the kind of politics that's been permuted when it comes to Nigerian space.
I don't even know why people are just shouting at me. Nigerians don't even want good governance. They don't want good government.
So what do they want, Simbad?
And that is why people.
What do they want? Badue, like we have it right now.
Wait. Let me finish what I'm saying. And that's why you see them talking about somebody like Atiku, Obi, Amaechi.
Yes.
What? It's not. It's turn by turn. Okay, it's because even you, it's not because you are looking for good governance. If Obi is there today and he's not performing, you still be supporting him. That is who we are. So
I'm not going to support him. You don't know me.
I know you. You that you come here and be telling lies and be giving us rubbish.
All right, let me let some other people speak. Then I can come in later. Let's let Femi speak, please, for respect. Go ahead, Femi, please. If you are there.
Is it me? Is that kind of Femi?
Femi, please.
Femi is not here. Kenny should speak.
Let Kenny go. Let Kenny speak.
Okay, thank you, Jerry, my brother.
Yeah, Femi is here.
Yeah, no, this
let
is
me
Kenny.
Here, please let me speak because I've been waiting for you guys to finish your
Femi,
your point.
You have been quiet there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I've been listening to you guys.
Okay, speak.
Good afternoon to everybody and good morning to people in the other side. Yes, let me have my own point. I saw what happened in Akwa Ibom today, and I thought the former governor of Akwa Ibom State, Emmanuel Udom, is the camping with the governor. But when I saw it that the former governor is not the camping with the governor, I think there is issue between two of them. That is why the governor is the camping, leaving the PDP to APC. I think that is a plus to APC.
Can I ask you something though? Can I ask you something? Is this not a problem, a constitutional problem that the judiciary has created? Because normally, when you decamp from a party, you are supposed to lose that position, isn't it? Is that not supposed to be the law to prevent this from happening?
It is not captured in Nigeria constitution that a governor must lose his position. It is only the legislature. There's nowhere in the constitution that speak against it that a governor can become. A governor
No,
can
not
change
necessarily in the
party.
constitution, but it's the law that that was passed by the Nigerian government that if you leave a
The
party,
constitution
you're
is the
supposed to
law.
lose that position because that position came from the party. You're supposed to lose
No,
that position.
no,
But
to
this
Nigeria, no. It's not like that. If before you can lose your election, your position, if there's a faction or if there's a problem in your own party, you have rights to deflect by law.
yeah,
You
okay,
understand?
there's a problem. But this one, there's no
And at the
problem now.
moment, there's problem in PDP. They have problem. At the ethical headquarters there, they have issues.
Okay, so that's what I thought they said it was the opposite. Like if it's when there is a problem, you can decamp
Yes,
in
you
a
can decamp. Yes.
justifiable manner.
Yeah, just to justify your movement. Yes.
So, but then anybody can claim that there's a problem. That's why they want to jump, isn't it?
Yeah, that's how they're moving now. That's how they're moving right now.
You must prove it, though. If the party takes you to court, you must prove that there's
they don't need any proof. They don't need any proof. Everybody can see that there's
See, but that's the problem now. No, but
Bro,
the problem in the PDP. But
that
it's
is
not a
why
problem.
Abena, what is his name? Abegunde lost his seat to an level. We should try to be remembering these things. That is for my state. If Abena lost his seat because he cannot prove there was a crack in Labour Party in the national. It was
okay. Let me ask you. Femi, let me ask you. At the moment, do they have crack or do they have issue in PDP or not?
Yes, there is crack right now. What you mean is that someone can decamp anytime that it pleases. That is what I'm trying to say. That
no. I say at the moment, PDP have issue and everybody can see, so they don't need to have any proof that's no. So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I get it.
So they can move if they want to move because they have something to support out to. This is my issue. Continue talking.
Yeah. Please, can I continue my thoughts? Let me continue.
Yeah, please.
Because
we are going to round up very quickly. We don't have
and I saw Mr. Prestige still thinking that Tinubu will lose the election. You know, I speak against Tinubu sometimes. I speak in support of him. But what I'm seeing with what is on the ground today, if Tinubu work with Atiku, if Peter Obi work with Atiku, El-Rufai, this guy cannot win Tinubu. It is very plain. The Northerners are waiting for their turn. Try to get this thing right. And the Northerners that I'm speaking about, they are the young Northerners. I'm talking about the governors, current governors. They believe they can be the next president of the country. For them to allow Atiku or allow Peter Obi to become the next president, it will be a short for them. It will be a shortage. Everybody plans. They prefer Tinubu to finish his 4 years and the power to come back to the north. If the power go back to the north, they will be able to be in the right position to fight for the position, to fight for it. Tinubu win 2023 election, that is the end game of it. Tinubu is not the former president that lost his second term election. I'm talking of President Ebele Jonathan. Like Tinubu will win his second term. And I can tell you now, Tinubu will win over 22 states in next election.
Wow.
And let me tell you something what is there is that you guys are just taking 23 election. Yes, I'm pleased, I'm coming. Let me drop this point.
No, we have to go. I have to go. That's why. And there's nobody to manage it.
Please, can I?
Who is gonna look after
this? One man will shut it down. One man will shut it down. One man will shut it down.
Okay, I may be back, but I'll leave it for now.
Please, let me say this point. This is my point is that 2023 election.
Kenny is here, Study
is here. Please let me say this point, please. 2023 election, what transpired in that election will not repeat itself because that election we can take money out of Nigeria. Money is involved. Tinubu does not have money 2023 to spend. 2027, Tinubu will put millions in polling booths, each polling booth. Peter Obi cannot do that.
Yes,
Cannot.
I forgot about
That is Nigeria point. You can be against it, but that is the reality. 2023, Buhari make sure opposition have chance of winning the election. But 2027, there will be a lot of money, and these people cannot contest with that money. None of them. Atiku does not have the money. El-Rufai does not have the money. Peter Obi does not have the money. You guys should wake up. You guys should see politics. You should not be just look at it plainly. The man will win the election convincingly.
So
because it's all about money.
You mean that we should surrender? We should surrender right now?
You guys can be you guys can just be pretending.
Like, look at the playing decks. Look at what is on the playing decks and accept the reality. From that reality,
you want to accept
reality. What is the reality?
If you refuse to accept reality, you cannot make a proper plan. You have to accept reality, then make a plan based on that. That is how you work. You play with the cards you are dealt with. You don't keep on denying reality and you start saying your plan must work.
Solely. Do you know that? See, let me tell you now. Let me tell you. The next move that Obedient are moving now is they are talking about electoral reform. That's their next hope. That's what everywhere now. If you go anywhere now, that's what they're talking about.
Tinubu will not sign electoral reform for anybody. Will not sign it.
That's their hope.
So what
he will
never
sign it.
Nigerian politics, Femi? What does that tell you about Nigerian politics?
That make Nigerian politics.
Is that a good thing for development?
He will sign it. He will sign it. He will sign it in the second time, like Buhari did. He will sign it. He will sign it the second time, like Buhari did.
He signed in 2019. He signed it after the election. That is what Tinubu will do also. We sign it after the election. Everybody, we can be encouraging Obi to contest for we to have an alternative, like alternative. There should be an alternative for the development and the progress of Nigeria democracy.
If you don't have hope for your
but there's kind of like the hope is hopeless. Seriously,
wow.
It's hopeless. We have hope. With this man in charge.
My governor who's hopeless. What are you talking about?
He's the best. He's not hopeless. He's good. He's a good man. I like him.
I'm from Igbo State. I'm from Owerri. So what's so good about him?
The man is working.
What is he working? I'm from Owerri. What are you talking about? All the whole money Igbo State is getting, what is he using for it?
Man of prestige. Let me tell you. Man of prestige.
Sending the Muslim to Haji.
Man of prestige. Let me tell you this. See, there's no hope for opposition. You should know that. See, okay, Obi is going around.
In the political dispensation
just listen. Obi that you guys are relying on is a very selfish guy. He has no brain. He cannot think for himself. You understand? Ask me why. How can you go in the connection and you are insisting that your useless deputy must be a deputy? On top, who do you think he is?
Kenny.
So you know the fact? Do you know the fact?
You need to take everything that come out of what they say as a great assault. You don't even know if that's true. But if that's true, I condemn it. Because you can't go there and say, if you're going to collusion, you have to bring something and your opponent bring something. That's called collusion. So you can't say that, I condemn him if that's true statement. You need to put a caveat at that. You don't even know how...
A condition that they are doing, that all of them they are fighting for themselves. Okay. Obi wants to be president. Atiku wants to be president. Rotimi Amaechi wants to be a president. Everybody wants to be a president. They cannot see. That is the difference between them and Tinubu. Tinubu waited for his own time. He waited and he was even supporting same Atiku. Why can't they wait for their time? There's still more time for them they can be whatever they want to be. But they're in a rush. They're impatient. They cannot wait to calculate this is the right time for me to come. To contest. What can they be? Obi can nominate somebody else as well. Put somebody in front. But all they want to do.
Kenny, let me buttress what he said. I'm not disputing what he said. You made a very valid point. If they don't come to a coherent, a consensus candidate, I'm not saying they're going to win. In order to challenge Tinubu, it's not going to work because it's going to be a straight ticket for Tinubu. So everything you said, I'm agreeing with. But that does not mean I shouldn't support my candidate.
No. I'm not saying you should not support the candidate. If you look, see, let's go back to 2015. See, the difference between 2015 and this time is when Tinubu and Buhari and the rest of them, Tinubu come with the whole Southwest. Buhari come with with his own people. So, Rotimi Amaechi, who did he have? He had nobody. El-Rufai cannot even win. El-Rufai's son cannot even follow him. El-Rufai's son cannot even follow him to his new party. He cannot even win a local government in the state state at the moment right now. You understand? So these are a bunch of losers. I'm telling you. So Obi should know the right thing to do. Obi said, for now, is partyless. We don't know whether it's in Labour Party or he's going with the rest of the losers. So they already lost. They cannot fight their bearing.
But I think it's too early to come to that conclusion. They are losers. We don't know where they are cooking behind.
It's because of their move. We can all see their moves now. We can see their moves.
APC came into fruition in 2013 to 2014. Nobody knew what they were cooking until Tinubu and the Buhari just come to an agreement. So we don't really know what they shouldn't be laying their egg outside if they are wise. So all this,
even though, my brother, even though
it may not be
even though whatever they are cooking, if they put Obi, it can never be deputized Atiku. Atiku will not be deputized for anybody. No matter what they're cooking, it will not work.
He's going to play as an elder state man. That's what we are hearing.
It will not work.
Yes. Regardless whether it's Rotimi and the Rufai or whether it's
man of prestige. I don't think you know who Atiku is. You have no idea.
I'm not saying I have a fight. Nobody knows what's going on. I mean, that you may be right,
no. We that know Atiku
may still have the ambition to be president.
See, man of prestige, Atiku is the kind of person that is ready to destroy the country if it means that he's going to be president. That guy is so self-centered.
No, you are right. His antecedent completely exemplify what you are saying. I'm not disputing what you said.
Sorry, Obi they don't mind though. The Obi they don't mind though. They don't mind as long as it's not Tinubu. They don't mind to vote for Atiku.
Well, I mean, I don't know about Atiku, but I do mind because how many years we got independence? 60-something years. How many years the Northerners rule? We have only have about 8 years.
Atiku doesn't care about all those.
No, I'm just saying it's not their fight right. That's where I'm coming from. It's not their fight right. So please call it straight, whether I like Tinubu or not.
Atiku doesn't do right by any. Look, sometimes to win you have to lose, but Atiku does not see it that way. Atiku doesn't want to have any sign of weakness, and that is already a big part of his weakness. So he is too old to change. That's the problem, and that's what you guys don't see. He's too old to change. He would rather sabotage Obi than step down for Obi. I'm telling you, that is the problem.
But to be honest, I'm very skeptical. I don't even know. We don't even know if Rufai is working for Tinubu. This may be a manipulation. Nobody knows. Nigerian politics.
I'm 80% sure.
I don't really believe Nigerian politics until they come to fruition, until that actually, actualized. We don't even know what's happening. Rufai may be working for Tinubu, regardless of what manifested.
Should I give you my own kind of strategy that can help Peter Obi?
Okay, go ahead.
There was a time Peter Obi was talking about what they would do to people that steal funds, right? And people were coming out, they were screaming, why will he say he's going to unalive them? Why is he saying he's going to send them to jail? That means he will go to... He has to come out with this kind of statements that gets people's blood boiling because Nigerians are craving blood.
Wait a minute, like Showore, right? Like Showore that's going nowhere.
Okay.
It can't be that revolutionary mindset. When you
then
come
you are not ready.
What?
You are not ready. If you are not coming with a different ideology, something totally opposite, then you are not beating Tinubu.
So are you telling me if we come and say that I'm gonna investigate everybody, anybody that
doesn't have to do it
like getting rolling, and that will make people vote for him. Nigerian space.
People will be ready not to sell their votes to support that.
I got it.
Nigerians want. Nigerians want money, but Nigerians also want revenge.
You are very informed to believe that.
Nigerians also want revenge. There's a reason why Peter Obi won Lagos State. Do you think they couldn't have paid all the people in Lagos money like before? Nigerians want revenge. Nigerians are jungle justice people. Promise them jungle justice and they will follow you. They will not collect that money.
So jungle justice will be the only thing. Whatever somebody who wants to win Nigeria, we promise. And that's
No, I'm just using it as a figure of statement. Nigerians want revenge. Promise them revenge and they will back you. That is it. They've suffered now. They've suffered. Siphon into all the people that have suffered and promise them revenge. You may not be able to, but you will get something out of them. That's it.
Okay, let's see what comes. I guess everybody's gone. Kenya, I don't know. Somebody.
Prestige, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you this. Obi is not going anywhere.
I don't know. You may be right, but but
let's be honest ourselves.
Just like you said that Obi wasn't going to win Lagos. He won Lagos, so you don't know. Nobody's God. You can't predict what's going to happen.
See,
not with the failure of Tinubu government, But I mean, what has Tinubu achieved in 2 years?
A lot.
Okay, tell me what. Tell me his achievement. No,
now,
Kenny.
I'll tell you a few. Listen.
Okay.
Tinubu has achieved what the previous president can never achieve in their lives. He has done it. Number one, see, the problem we have is because some people hate that Nigerian country. They don't want Nigeria to be progressive, progress. That's why they are not acknowledging what this man has achieved in
give me at least 3 or 5.
And I'll tell you
that solid thing that he has done. Hold on, solid. I'm with Kenny right now. Give me Tinubu achievement.
Okay, sorry, I'm coming. I'll answer sorry. Number one, what's it called? Local government autonomy. Yeah, it made that happen, but our people are not fighting for that. I expect people, Nigerian youth, to go on the streets and start agitating that they should give them the state governors to allow local government autonomy to happen in Nigeria. But they're not doing that. Instead of that, they're agitating for FDM. That's how clueless and brainless they are. And they can be. They cannot see tomorrow. Somebody give you something that can work because politics is local. Yeah, it gives you local government autonomy. If the money is in local government, everybody will benefit from that. There will be job creation. All those local roads, will be good. But instead of that, what they do, they go on the streets agitating for FDM, something that cannot benefit their own future. This man is building for future of our kids. But all what Nigeria are doing is a big power. They want Nigeria, they want Gari and rice economy. And that's not what Tinubu is giving us. Tinubu is saying to us that enough is enough of Gari rice economy. Let's build for future of our kids. That's number one. Number two, see all those road infrastructure that's doing, in fact, in the next 50 years, those roads will still be there. We will still be talking about it. Right? Now, in the east of Africa, West Africa, no country ever done what they call student loan. Tell me one country in West Africa that give their student loan, student loan in West Africa. We might say, oh, he's not good, but he is the first person that do that. And he gives opportunity to less people that don't have money, the poor people, opportunity to educate themselves. So they can go to school. And if people want to talk, they say, oh, he's putting the children in debt. But I prefer those states to have education than nothing. If you didn't give them the opportunity to go to school, they will be on the street, become armed robber, they will not be educated, they will be illiterate. But now, yes, the money is going to be on them, but they will have education, which nobody can take out of them anymore because they have it for life. And that's one of those things. Number three, tax reform. All what they need now is just for you to sign it, which is for the poor people as well. But people are not seeing that. Now, that's number three. Number four, they build, in healthcare. If you want to do surgery, maybe for kidney failure or something like that, they were collecting probably maybe 100,000. Now, he has reduced to like 14,000 naira or 50,000 naira, something like that. You get me? So there's so many things. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, let me just stop at that. I can still give you more. So let's talk about those 4 things that I mentioned. I don't want to talk about the petrol subsidy or the naira the naira subsidy. I don't want to talk about that. Those 4 things I mentioned to you, talk about it or defend it.
Okay, let me come in. We can't just talk about those things. We have to talk the originality of what caused where we are right now. I mean, the devaluation of naira, that triple, I mean, depreciate naira, up to 3-fold when you come in. That's one. The removal of fuel subsidy. Everybody is for it, but certain things have to be subsidized. The way he came in and announced it wasn't proper. So I'm not going to go into that. That's a story for another day. Let's
subsidize how?
You want me to concentrate on the 40s because I have so many to say. You're not going to get out of here. I have so many areas Tinubu has failed the country. So let's talk about this student loan. What is the benefit? I mean, what is the benefit of giving people student loan when they come out of college, they don't even have a job to match their skill? What is the purpose? Is that not a failure to the highest level?
No, it's not. No, it's not. I disagree.
Most of the money was stolen.
It's not. I disagree.
Like everything in Nigeria, some of the money has been embezzled. But
most of it.
But I won't say that. Let's
just
assume things are working, Kenny. How does that benefit? How does that benefit anybody, any student, any young people? For you to go to school.
Okay, wait. Let me tell you how benefit them.
You're gonna go start driving.
Let me tell you. Hold on. Let me tell you how benefit them. Hold on, man. Wait. See, the students that finish secondary school that be able to go to uni and become a graduate. Yeah. Maybe with first class or anything like that, right? That education that he already has, nobody can take it from him. And moreover, federal government, they are not the only one that can produce that can produce job for people. Private sector can hire them. You understand? And okay, look at what Dangote is doing. If we have 3, 4, 5 of Dangote, there'll be more jobs. Even me and you can go to Nigeria, establish, employ people as well. But what you guys are not seeing is the impact of that education in their life. Nobody can take away from them. Whether there's job or there's no job, they can become independent. They can even create a job on their own because they have that education in them. That's the area that you guys are not seeing.
Okay, good point, Kenny. On that point you just said,
UK.
The problem in Nigeria, that we don't have several people like Dangote. It's because of enabling of the government. They have not been able to provide the enabling environment. In the USA, where I am, you probably in USA or whatever, you see what's happening. The private sector is the one that control people like Elon Musk and Facebook. I would advise you. They're the one that run the economy. Okay? But we don't have that in Nigeria. The federal government
that's the fault.
You will not win this argument, no matter how much. Once he told me
it's okay. We are conversating. It's not about winning. I'm not here to win.
Once he told me that he's in UK, I just understood his argument. That UK country.
Sorry, we are not here to win an argument. That's futility. That's not.
It's a country of fraud. I don't take anything they say serious. All those things that he's saying, it can never happen in UK. They will arrest everybody. All those student loan, all those projects. You are saying the project, they will speak about it for the next.
It happened in UK, my brother. It happened in UK.
The reason why they will speak about it for the next 15 years is because it's going to take 15 years for the project to complete. So all those mago that they used to do in UK with their low standards and all those kind of fraud. If you come to Netherlands, all those things that you are saying can never. It's so low, so substandard with our resources that we have. We are supposed to be getting grants. Do you know that when I was in Yaba Tech, they used to give me grants more than what they are paying current NYSC students right now. So what is the use of student loan? When I was a kid, they used to give me money just for being in a polytechnical, not even university. So all these things you are saying, these are white elephant projects. And I don't even like making all these kind of arguments.
Slowly.
Intentionally set up.
My brother, slowly.
You know that. So why are you bringing up this as
Solely,
as
wait, solely. So let me tell you something here. See, all this failure that you're mentioning, yeah, does not start in 2 years ago. We have, they say if the foundation is
I
faulty.
didn't say it started 2 years ago, but I
Exactly.
cannot be bringing up mediocrity and crime as an
But
achievement just
that
because.
no, that's what this man is trying to fix. That's what he's trying to
How
fix.
okay, what has he
Kenny, how are you
what
gonna
has
say
he
he's
fixed?
trying to fix it
What
when
has he fixed?
exponentially he has made it 3 times worse? Tell me
No,
Yes.
it's
any
not.
area.
It's not because you cannot see it. He's
Okay,
fixing it.
any mighty, which organization in Nigeria is not involved in something corrupt? Name one.
I cannot name one because and it's not Tinubu's fault. It's not my fault.
I did not
There's
say it's
no,
not. Maybe you said
there's
he's
no
trying
country
to
that's
fix
not
it.
corrupt. Every
He's trying
country
to
has their
fix
own
it
issue.
now.
Let me
Kenny
solve
Mighty,
and
he's trying to
Kenny.
fix it, right? You said he's trying
Let
to
me
fix
buttress
it.
what you say, call it solid. Okay, let me give you this figure. Anybody go fact check me. The budget that passed this year, 12% of the budget is padded. And I'm gonna give you an example. Look at the street light, part of the budget that was put into the street light.
Yes.
Do you know how much that was budgeted for the street light? 393.29 billion. That's how much that was budgeted. And the street light they want to fix is for 11,477. And you know what? How much one street light is supposed to cost? That they budgeted? They budgeted 266.25 million for one street light.
Kenny Mighty,
My brother.
Can you use that amount? And the actual amount to complete one street light is 8,000. Is 8 million. Go and fact check me. So where does all the gold almost about 250 something million? Is that not a corruption? This is the problem we have, Kenny, in Nigeria. It's not about borrowing money. When you borrow money, you don't utilize it. It's not productive. This is the problem in Nigeria. And it hasn't gotten better.
Yeah, I'm here.
Alleviate it. I mean, you come here and say Nigeria already been bad. But what has Tinubu gotten in, which area has Tinubu corrected it? That's the problem I'm having with your thing about Nigeria.
Now,
I'm not saying that Obi is going to come here and save Nigeria. Nigeria's system is just corrupt, period.
Then we fix it one by one. So that I can hear it funny.
Kenny Mighty,
but Tinubu is not doing that.
Kenny Mighty, what pains me is that this money for example, this money for street lights, do you know that can fix the water treatment facility for a whole state? These are the kind of things that pain me. That the money that they are wasting can literally transform the country in 1 year. If you just select one project,
Kenny, what I just read for you, doesn't that pay you?
It can change the country for a lifetime, not just 15 years. All this money that is being that they are spending.
This is just one thing now. Imagine just a street light that's supposed to cost 8 million. You budgeted 266 million. Come on now. This is just one example. You see the problem?
Even if Tinubu said that, okay, you know what, for my legacy, I just want to fix water into everybody's house in Nigeria. All the money that they are collecting, do you know that their yearly budget, all these governors, in fact, quarter of their yearly budget can fix, if all of them agree that they all want to fix water treatment, quarter of their yearly budget can fix Nigeria's water problem for a lifetime. Every single person in Nigeria will get water into their house. At least majority of the population. Is that not a long-lasting project? When you actually audit these people, you can almost run mad. Do you know that? When you actually audit this money, you actually look at it as if it is your money that they are spending.
Sorry, I just received a call.
So I can't be living in Netherlands, watching them spend.
Can you hear me? I can't hear
anything. And then you now come and bring me back to Nigerian politics, and you are telling me that somebody is spending millions on light pole. I literally have to dumb.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can hear you. I have to dumb myself down to accept such projects, and we should not be doing this. You cannot go to UK. You self go to UK. Look at all these people fixing roads. Ask them for the budget. Ask them for everything. I'm telling you, you almost run mad. When you look, they are taking us for fools. You have to willingly accept to be a fool.
Larissa.
So I just can't. Either I just stay away from it and become sane, because I just can't bring my thinking faculty down to that level. I've lived abroad for too long, you know. So it's just.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm looking at it, Kenya. I know you're a Tinubu supporter. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their own sentimental, part of it. But sometimes we need to be very factual, because things has not progressed to any level. That's the problem we are having. I mean, okay, let me use an example for some of the achievement you gave to Tinubu. You talk of the Lagos Calabar Road. I mean, this is a project that's going to cost. Is it about 17? Is it about 17? No, about 11 or 12 billion dollar. Okay, I mean, right now you only completed about 30 kilometer. How much is 30 kilometer? If you convert it to a mile, which we use in America right now, that's like about 21 mile. In about they started this in March. I think in March. So it's not 2 years. They started it, say about 13 months right now. They started this. I mean, you only completed about 21 mile, and you go and commission it. What are you commissioning for? That's the problem I have in Nigeria. You just try to, just try to manipulate the country that you are doing something. That is the purpose of commission. Can you tell me the rationality behind the commissioning of 30 kilometers road?
I'll tell you
that, Kenny.
I'll tell you, man of persist. You know why? Now, because the obedient people have been complaining, talking about it. Listen, let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Because you guys have been complaining. Oh, they're not doing anything. They're not going to do it. It's going to be abandoned projects. And he said, you know what? Let me prove to these people that we are not abandoning anything. This project is on, and it's...
Do you know how much? Do you know how much they waste flying there to go and commission it?
They have nothing to show for it. That's just the actual truth.
That's only they have a lot.
Well,
and they're
okay,
working.
like what?
Working.
Like what? Like what? What do they have
Tinubu is working, but you guys cannot. You can't just see it. This one is laying foundation, is stepping on toes, but you guys cannot see it. You want it to perform miracle in 2 years? Something that has been broken for decades.
Yes.
But
why did he make it
worse? Kenny,
why did he make it worse?
He said, I am different. I am Jagaban.
That's why he's doing what he's doing.
What is he doing?
My brother, this guy is working. Let's leave him. Let's support him.
Okay, Kenny, if he's working, can you decide to just move back to Nigeria and enjoy the improvements?
All the time in my house.
No, move back permanently.
I cannot move. I mean, I've been here. Do you know how many years you have been in the UK? Did I come to the UK last year?
Moving the country now, be part of the improvement. You have to help the government. You have to take your part.
Look, I'm over 50 now. Yeah, I'm getting to that age that I'm going to go to Nigeria and retire, and I have my home back in Nigeria.
What you say? You're over what? Kenny, don't be lying. I saw your face. You're not over 60.
I said 50.
Oh, 50. Oh, okay.
I'm not saying.
Okay.
This is me now.
I saw your face earlier.
This is me.
I thought
I'm not lying.
My bad. That's why I said you are lying. Okay, sorry.
No. I'm just 51. All right. So
yeah.
Well, I see no future for Nigeria.
First time. So, pardon?
Well, sorry, we can't make that assumption, I mean, but things are not good right now.
I can't just move. I've been here for over 20 years. I'll just pack my gun and say I want to go to Nigeria now. When I have my children, I have my life living here. Is it that simple?
I think what Solly is talking about, you can go back and stay. You're probably a British citizen. You can go back and stay in Nigeria and help Tinubu build the country. I mean,
yes.
You're going to be committing between here and London. What's wrong with that?
Look, you can't go back to Nigeria anytime soon. The healthcare facility is in shreds. Even NAFDAC self has started behaving somehow. So your drugs are not even correct. They are now collecting money to open facility. You know, they are being corrupt. The security, you can't move from UK and move to Nigeria and believe that you have the same amount of security that you have from the UK to Nigeria. It's impossible. And you've left Nigeria for so long. You will not. I don't know, but me, I don't believe anybody that has left Nigeria for over 10 years can survive in Nigeria. Unless you want to hire security until the day you buy, you know. So
sorry, I'm sorry. If I'm not going to survive in Nigeria, I'll be very honest.
You can only visit. You can only visit. So
you will survive. You will survive. Sorry,
okay.
you what can't you go back?
No, I'm not going to Kenya. I can only go to Nigeria, maybe spend 3 weeks, a month, and live like a king, then run back. I need to come back to work and make money.
You are accustomed to a society that is very secure, just that you don't know, you don't notice. That's the problem. You don't notice. You are so used to it.
Nigeria is very, very secure. Southwest of Nigeria, which is secure 100%.
So why do all the politicians in Southwest, including local government chairman, why they carry security if it's so secure?
But what did you say?
Why do the politicians in the Southwest, down to the lowest level, carry so much security? Even pastors are carrying security. Once you just make more money, they start carrying
security. They're cowards.
Wow, Kenny.
Because they're cowards.
He must be deluding. He must be living in delusion. What are you talking about? I mean,
I go to Nigeria all the time. I don't carry nothing.
Hold on. Even the Southwest is a little bit more secure than any other place. It's more secure than Southeast. You can't even talk about North. So what are you talking about? People carry security in the Southwest.
No, it's Solid that said that. So Solid said they carry security.
Yes, they do. Solid is right. What did Solid say that was wrong?
But I was in Nigeria last year for the whole month. I didn't carry any.
Where did you go? You probably was in Lagos. Did you?
I go to Ilesha in Osun State. That's where I'm from.
Did you drive?
I drove. Yes, I drove. But I went to Kwara State as well. From Lagos, Oyo, Osun, and Kwara.
Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying they kidnap everybody. I mean, but they do kidnap. I mean, there's a lot of people that has been kidnapped recently. You know, in Ondo, Oyo, few of them. I mean, but it's not as rampage as it is in the south.
I'm not saying
south or southeast.
Man of business. I'm not saying.
Kenny, your
let's stop all this. Let's stop all these hates. Let's be positive minded all the time. And let's
I cannot be being positive minded with my own life.
Just positiveness is not going to solve it. We need to criticize the government. We need to tell the government what they are doing wrong. We can't just be singing kumbaya for them.
Constructive criticism, not all the time. Oh, it's bad, like rational mind that come all the time.
But that's rational mind. That's rational opinion. So that's where you feel.
Everything they know is bad. There's nothing good come out of their mouth apart from bad. So no matter what, this administration, no matter how bad we think about them, they're still doing something.
What is the something that they are doing?
Solely, they are doing a lot. You guys don't
like
see.
What? If it's so much,
I mentioned 40s. Okay, look at
you mentioned that involved in corruption.
Hold on. Look at Miojo. Look at what that guy is doing with the Nigerian passport and all that.
Because white people are looking for more slaves, so it's helping them.
You understand? No, me now I can sit there in my house and apply for Nigerian passport. They've said which is the
so the achievement is to make it easier to.
No, Kenny. We are talking economical wise, like the
it's part of economy now. It's part of economy. People will come.
Hold on, like the aviation department is doing okay. The interior minister is doing okay. You know, we're not quarreling with those, but those parts does not cut inflation. It does not cut poverty. So I mean, the credit to give in that area to me is not monumental in my own opinion. I mean, they have
man of prestige. See, this, you know the reason why you're not appreciating this administration. I didn't mean somebody else took over and they took us to be like what's it called, like Kenya or like those like Zimbabwe, because that was where we are going.
No, you're wrong, Tinubu. You're wrong, Kenny. Tinubu has taken us there. That's where we are right now.
No, that's
Yes.
that's where Mifune is heading us to. That's what we're heading to. But this man came and rescued us.
How did he rescue us?
By now we'll be like Venezuela.
We are heading that way already.
No, we're not. See,
what are you talking about?
Listen,
we are number two. We are number two as as GDP in Africa. We are number 4.
It doesn't matter. We might be number 4, but our economy is stable right now. People are building houses, buying cars like never before. If you don't know, no. Sorry, in the 80s, 70s,
you say the people that poverty has increased. The people begging on the street have increased. The people
poverty always with us. Poverty always with us in Nigeria. Purpose are never left.
So we should accept it as it is.
It's part of life. It's part of life.
China brought out over 600 million people out of poverty. But you
poverty
say
in the UK that
wait. If China did not accept its poverty, why should we? Can you give me a reasonable reason why we should accept the poverty if China did not accept it?
Listen, are you telling me there's no poverty in China?
Why should they accept the?
Are you saying there's no poverty in China? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, I'm going to repeat this again. China alleviated people out of poverty. I'm not saying there's no poverty.
Okay. Now accept it. How long does it take them? Hold on, sorry. How long? Sorry, wait. How long does it take China? How long does it take China?
How many percent of the country has Tinubu brought out of poverty?
I say how long? You mention China now. How long does it take China to come out of it? How long?
Is it up to 1%?
Is it 2 years? How long does it take China to come out of their poverty? How long? How many years?
How many people has Tinubu brought out of poverty? How many percent?
Answer my question now. How many years?
How many
yes. You say China overcome poverty.
Tinubu is going to spend 8 years and he has spent 2 years. He has basically spent almost 30%.
You are not answering my question. You mentioned China. Sorry, you mentioned China that China overcome poverty. How long does it take them? How long?
Let me check.
It took them more than 30 years, 40 years to overcome it. The problem. And if Tinubu did do what China did, everybody will be crying because he locked everything up. No in, no out. What are we saying? So you want Tinubu to eradicate poverty in 2 years in Nigeria?
Yes, we have the resources. We have the labor.
We don't have any resources. That's impossible.
So all these resources that is being stolen is nothing. Is out of thin air. When they are chasing people out of their villages with gunmen, is it not for resources? Why is government not utilizing it? Why is government not bringing investors to open factories to start bringing out these resources and collecting tax and percentage from it and investing it in the lives of the people? That government doesn't even need to spend money. Invite these investors, let them take the resources, they will provide jobs. Little by little, people will start having jobs. The unemployment rate will reduce. People will start getting out of poverty. They literally have to do nothing to allow that to happen. But what are they doing? They are letting terrorists take over to do what government should be doing. They literally have to do nothing to bring Nigerians out of poverty. The resources are there, the labor is there. So why are they not doing it? Instead, we are getting white elephant projects. Oh my God.
I mean, like you properly stated, it's all elephant project. No, I mean, to be here, I don't know Tinubu. I don't hate him, but it's just the policy. That's what I'm criticizing. I don't know Obi. I mean, but I think Obi, in my own opinion, Obi will be better.
Obi is no different from Tinubu. He's just a smaller devil. That's my own opinion. No difference.
Okay,
They are
I'm
not
just
going
going
to.
to talk no, but it's in my own opinion. Until he come there and perform, then if he doesn't perform, I will be on the same bandwagon that I'm criticizing Tinubu right now. So what we have right now is about Tinubu. So the box stop with Tinubu, whether they are performing or they are not performing. You know, the box stop with Tinubu, whether this local government election is working or it's not working. That's just how it is. That's how politics is played. Just where I'm right now. Anything that goes wrong in America right now, like the job report just came out from today in America. I mean, the job report is not good at all. You know, people are losing jobs. So you have to criticize the president. The buck stop with, you know, whomever is in charge. That's how politics work.
Oh, me, I believe you guys are heading. I believe the West is heading into a recession. That one is almost guaranteed. So all these jobs, all these things you are looking for, it's not going to get better, especially with AI. AI is going to sweep away people's job like never seen before. So, like, the West does not even know what is coming. The recession is just creeping in very, very slowly. There's nothing Trump can do. There's literally nothing Trump can do. Unless you want to fight war. War is your only saving grace, but I don't think Trump is going to fight.
How's war going to be the solution, Solly?
Because you can cripple other people's economies to save your own, and you can take their resources. That has always been the game plan. You cripple other people's countries, you find the reason, you take their resources and enrich yourself. Rinse and repeat. But it's becoming harder. So that's the problem right now. The next target is Africa. That's their next target. Before it was the Middle East.
Right now with Ukraine, right? So
no, the main reason for the Ukraine war, in my own opinion, is to keep Russia busy. Because if Russia is busy, they will not have time to liberate African countries, you know, and then the West can swoop in and get control of African countries again.
But anyway,
you know,
all right, Solid. It's nice. It's always nice to hear your voice. Okay, I'm gone.
All right, me too. I'm going to. Nigerians don't know what you see. Nigerians only care about Nigeria, and that's the problem. They don't even know what is going on around them, and that's another problem. So I don't know, man. I don't see Nigeria changing anytime soon. Nigerians are not ready, unfortunately. Yes, they are suffering. They claim that they are ready, but they are not strategic enough, unfortunately. They have no leader that is pushing them out of their crippling situation. Nobody is ready to stand up. And if anybody is telling Nigerians the truth, they attack the person. They love people that lie to them. The Nigerians in Nigeria, Sha. If you lie to them, they make you a politician, plain and simple. So till then, have a nice time, people. I don't know how to end this stream. Maybe to Nigeria I'll come back, but I think this is the end of the stream. Good night, guys, or good evening.